Blam. Welcome on in. Hello, how you doing? I just realized that I had the Twitch stream up. I'm a goose. I really want those channel points.
You'll
but
never beat me.
You'll never beat us.
I honestly will never beat anyone because I always forget to have it up. So, despite the fact that I am always the one streaming it, I have probably the least channel points out of everyone here. Despite... Oh god, I have myself back in that. That's awful. Anyway, we are here for episode 16, the last session for the book club for 2021. Randomly forgot. I was about to say 2022. I'm like, no, that's next year. Haven't skipped a whole year. This is the last session for 2021. Last playing session at least. And I hope that you all have a fun time, have a good experience. If you've been keeping up with the tweets, you know exactly what's going on. But I'm BurrowsRed, I'm the Dungeon Master for tonight, as I am every Tuesday. First off, we do not have tonight a wonderful Friendoboi played by Terra. I got that around the wrong way. Okay. I'm all topsy-turvy, so be prepared for absolute insaneness coming from me. But anyway, Friendo is not here tonight. We appreciate them very much, and you may see them in chat, but you may not. We hope that they are not in chat so that they can rest. But if they are, we would appreciate it. So say hi if you see them. Anyway, next up, we have G, played by Maleficent.
I went to unmute, but I was already unmuted. Your voice went like woo for a second. I don't know if that was my connection or yours.
Ooh.
Yeah, like that. Hi, I am Maleficent. I am a streamer and a cosplayer. And I play G. She's an Azamar bard rogue, and I love her more than me. Which isn't hard to do, honestly. Like, we're not supposed to, like, self-deprecate, but I don't like me very much sometimes. My body's all fucked up this week, so I really don't like me. I like everybody more than I like me. That, continue. Somebody else do some positivity and shoot me in the fucking head.
Mel. Inappropriate way of
God.
beginning your intro. I'm going to say
Wow.
for Mel then. She streams Tuesdays and Fridays. She is wonderful.
When I'm not dying!
Go check out our Discord if you want to see when she's live. Anyway, next up we have Edinburgh, played by Chips.
Hi, I am Chips, that plays Edinburgh sometimes, and sometimes a cat. And I think I'm on the way to Adelaide to shoot Mel down, so you know, watch out for that.
Please? Please come to Adelaide. You don't even have to kill me, just visit. I miss you!
Soon, TM. I got plans. But hi, I make music. I haven't been doing that for a little bit for now because I am stuck in a full-time work, and that is great. It is good now because I can afford to buy a VR set, so you know, that's always fun. I'm very deep into it at the moment, so my eyes, I guess. Anyways, he's Jimmy.
Hi. Sorry, I couldn't get my Discord to behave. Yes, hello, I'm CatRoulette. I do art, such as the art on this channel. I haven't been posting much recently, but I did post this morning some horny art of my character and Alishiera's character from our Monster of the Week campaign. So go look at that, because I think most people should. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now it's Pastel's turn.
Hi, I'm PastelSparkles, and I play Temi. And is there anything interesting going on about me? No.
Fucking none of that, alright? I will make this a no deprecation zone, alright?
I'm moving. See
Change
ya.
that back around and go.
Ah, bitch.
It's hot, and brain only works half the time. All I think about is Temi and Pitbull. And who are we playing tonight? Temi, so no Pitbull thoughts tonight. Okay, next.
Dale.
I'm Alishiera. I am a variety streamer content creator, although I'm not actively streaming that much at the moment. And I have just opened an Etsy store, and I have lots of cute things that are going up. I have my Twitter for it that's about to properly go live. There's so
There they
much
are.
Mr. Worldwiding and laughing happening. But yes, I have some fun TTRPG inspired stuff that will be coming out soon, which is very exciting.
That is wonderful to know. I do actually have some earrings from Alishiera as well. They are a wonderful time. Also, I will have you all know, please check out the Twitter. It is required that everyone in chat be on Twitter right now. Oh god, we're definitely having a great start to the session, but always, you know what? The more unhinged the start of the session, the better the middle is, and also the end, and also just the whole way through. It's just showing that we're really going into this with our heads screwed not on at all. Actually spinning on the floor like a Beyblade, and fighting each other. Anyway.
They're not on, they're just screwed.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay.
God.
Perfect. So, on that note, episode 15. I would just like to read you all the TLDR we got from PastelSparkles this afternoon, which I think is very appropriate to read for what we did last session, but I will elaborate further, I promise. We climbed a mountain and Terra and G nearly froze. We went to go save some of the warehouse people, only to find harpies being hot and dangerous. We killed them in 2 shots, and then we went to go kiss Bulla. Now you're all caught up. That is essentially exactly what happened. The party emerged from the warehouses just on the edges of Corwald and headed out into the snowy expanse on the top of the mountains that led from the tunnels from behind. As they approached the city, feeling cold, feeling the storm around them just kind of building up in intensity, Terra and G did find themselves kind of cold. Funnily enough, I believe Terra was also carrying G at this point, so they were just kind of little frozen popsicles together.
Got to be a burrito after a little while.
You did. That is correct. Too bad, didn't help with the con saving throw. We have found the one thing that G is bad at, and I will now throw more Constitution saving throws at G from this point on. But as the party neared closer...
Specifically G, like, oh, it's a little cold. Like, centered directly on this little square.
Yep, that's
very,
it, that's
very
it.
cold.
I'll find some kind of spell, and it's just like a small rain cloud in one particular area, instead of just snow. Anyway, they could see the settlement in the distance. It was starting to appear as a large city before them. They're about an hour out when they started to hear some melodic music and singing coming from off in the distance, away from the place where they needed to go. And sprinkled in the middle of that, a little bit of a cry for help. The party going, well, that seems like a terrible idea. Let's do it. Went out to investigate and found that it seems a pack of mercenaries dressed in the same outfits as what they'd seen in both the warehouse and also in the tavern were being beset by 2 harpies, which you wouldn't have known unless if I didn't give the game away. But that's fine. You know, we all make mistakes. We all can learn from them. Mine is to keep my mouth shut. But they did also know. Singing people with wings and feathers, it kind of gives it away. Anyway, the party very quickly dispatched them. G basically went up into the air, threw a single knife, and then it just went with the exact amount of hit points that it needed. And Temi, I believe, dispatched of the second one. After having had dealt a decent amount of damage from Eludere's knives, Temi just went, "I'ma hit ya," as I thought a little eagle, but it turns out it was a big one. Druids are great. Wonderful. And the party managed to pick up a small letter on the bodies of some of the people around, and there was also one dude, one little man, who knew nothing, that was sitting amongst the party just kind of going, "Oh god, what happened? All of my friends are dead." And the party went, "Do you know anything?" And he went, "No." And the party went, "Why the fuck do you know anything?" And he was like, "I'm just a dude." And that was essentially how that conversation went. But the party was able to determine that they had been beset upon by these harpies and also a large creature that looked like a rock, a large bird. But instead of a regular bird face, it had a human face, which is horrific. And they went, fuck that noise. Why is it Shepherd? Oh wait, no, I know why it's Shepherd. Anyway. Slight detract there. And they also found out that this poor boy, this poor Dale, he had been going to meet with someone related to or near the Ravens. Daedrak had dropped off the sword that Eludere was looking for and had gone, yo, go meet out by this very shady city right there and go pass this over because it's very important. And everyone's like, the fuck, dude? What do you want here? And that was how that went. I'm really giving a great apt description, but the party goes back to this new grand city. They find Eberus, which is a giant orc city nestled into the mountains with a load of people, and the guards come up to them straight away and go, you look like you're here to help us. Definitely, right? Definitely here to help us? And they start to tell them all about what's going on, and the party's like, let's speak about this in private. So they heading through the city, leaving Dale with a lot more money than he probably deserved to go and start a new life. They headed back up to the council chambers, hearing from behind a door, people arguing and fussing and all of that kind of thing. And lastly, they hear the sound of Bulla, someone who they are remotely familiar with from maybe a few months ago, emerges from the council chambers and goes, oh, fucking hell, man, you're here. That's how that went for sure. But anyway, I've lost my mind a tad, but that is how we begin episode 16, with the party facing down Bulla as she stands before them, having greeted them, a few of them, as old friends, and is regarding the new ones with curiosity. She'll turn to you all, extend one of her hands, and say, I'm Bulla. Pleasure to meet you all.
Greetings.
Am I a spider?
You are a
Yeah.
spider. You can
Can
be
I
not a
become
spider if you
human?
want.
Well, human adjacent.
You can
I would
turn
like
back
to
to
do that.
human adjacent if you like.
Am I on G's shoulder? I am often on G's shoulder.
You are, yes.
I just want to jump into the air and then turn back into a person.
Oh, thank God, because if that was going to be like a strength saving throw for me of you just turning into a person on my shoulder, I would have died.
I really, really thought
I
about
really
it.
would love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been a great
No, that's
moment.
fine.
But it's okay, we've got plenty of time to get that to happen. You can absolutely jump off G's shoulder, and just with your little zip through the air, you see that your cloaks begin and come out of the bottom and you become a person. I could not describe that for some reason, but you do
I
see...
like to think they
the
just sort
form
of like burst into the space. Like in like
Yeah.
a tangle of cloaks.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. The most of the magic in it is just cloaks. Layers and layers of fabric.
Mm.
But yes, friend appears before you all. Bulla will look a little bit taken aback, but I remember you. Friend, I believe.
Who is this?
This is Bulla. Bulla is a orc that you met in Menaeus, who was looking for assistance with like orcish. They were part of like a warband thing that was going out and doing stuff, and they were like, yo, we need some help. And the party went, yeah, we'll definitely help that, and then didn't go there.
Oh, and then we didn't do it?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
And then also was in the Colosseum fights, trying to do the same thing, trying to recruit people who were very strong to come and help her. And you also were like, yo, we'll go check that out if we had the time, and didn't go. But you have met her, basically. And she's not offended that you've only
Hi.
taken this long to get here.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's more important that you're here now.
I don't know if that's why we're here.
That's fine also. What does your business... What brings you here?
I'm not sure I've been a spider.
I understand it must be difficult to hear things when you're a spider. Thank you, Carl.
Lots to look at.
I'm sure.
I think we may be here for something that will line up with apparently what's going on here anyway.
Certainly. If you would like to proceed right, we can head into a meeting room and discuss. And she'll motion to like some grand doors just to the right of you all where you can head into like a fairly spacious like meeting room. A few guards out the front, that kind of thing. Raz will follow you in, and he's the guard captain. And he will enter into the door after you, and you'll all set up around the table. So invested interest in what's here. Tell me about it.
Well, and Eludere, like, looking at, so it's just now Bulla and the guard captain?
Yes. So there are two guards that stand at the front of the door, but they're not, like, the door's closed, so you can't see them.
Yeah.
And it's just the party and Raz and Bulla.
Eludere then will pull her hood off so that she goes back to looking like Eludere, instead of her alias. And do like a half kind of bow acknowledgement towards Bulla. My name is Eludere. I'm traveling with this group that you apparently are very familiar with, and they are assisting me in tracking a family heirloom, which sounds like it has been taken by one of the creatures that is causing you so much trouble.
I understand. They have beset us for a number of months now and seem to be particularly interested in anything that we seem to be interested in, so I'm not surprised.
Yes, well, I suppose if this was something that you had a vested interest in getting rid of, I certainly want to get this sword back. So if you had any resources or information on its lair or anything, if you knew the areas in which they seemed to nest.
I can certainly provide you most of that information. We haven't been able to get too close to them past their main kind of entranceway, but essentially their nest spreads further north into the mountains. It's quite a trek to climb up there, but it is surrounded by smaller harpies around the place that usually keep a fairly wide guard around. Might not take much time for those of you with more of a sneakier disposition, but it would be okay. Most of it is one long path through a series of mountains that lead to eventually a part that emerges at the top where they have their main nest, and that appears to be most of where they store anything that they take.
Did you have any plans on going on the offensive, or I suppose that's why you were trying to recruit people to do that on your behalf?
We do have a few soldiers and things around that we can possibly send out to do as you may. It depends on your approach. Maybe we can organize a distraction or something along those lines for you to be able to go in, or if you feel you have skills in another area, we can perhaps go in ourselves. I'm happy to take your lead in this, but know that I do have a small dispatchment of people that I can send out with you.
Eludere will look back at the rest of the party and just, I suppose we didn't exactly have a plan going into this yet. We've only just learnt about the rock itself, so...
I understand. It's a rather shocking sight to see for sure, and not one to get used to. But yes, know that I can at least spare at least half a dozen people. At most, they'll be able to secure your entrance in, and you can always continue after that, or we can discuss later. If you'd even like to join me, perhaps after we've had this discussion, I can show you a little bit more from an aerial view, kind of an idea of what you're looking at.
Yes, I suppose we will take you up on that once we've decided our next course of action.
Of course. It is wonderful to have you here, those of you I know, and obviously those new as well. I know that you came here for your own reasons, but dispatching of this rock and its harpy friends would be something that would be of great advantage to us. So, if that is the path that you choose, it would be most helpful.
Sounds fun.
Because Friend
do
was
that then.
a spider when we were all discussing the rock thing, and they were probably tangled up somewhere in G's hair and not paying that much attention, she's just gonna make the little picture of what the rock looks like again. And just be like, knowing that Friend is still going to think it's fun and fascinating, but it is also horrific. Like this. And
Ooh.
that tiny little dot down the bottom there is like person-sized. So interesting, yes. Fun, perhaps not.
It's very big.
It's so big.
We can kill it though, yeah?
Probably.
We should try. The birds think so too.
The birds
See?
want to kill the birds.
They're speaking to me. They want to kill. Gee, they want to kill.
Oh, well, Friend knows animal handling. I was speaking with animals. Jeez, all right.
Not the only druid here.
No.
Only of two.
Okay.
Well, it's something that, particularly if you're willing to assist us with resources, we can certainly do our best to assist in dispatching this creature for you.
I understand, of course. And, I mean, again, once you've had a bit more of a think about it, an idea of your plans, I wouldn't be opposed to assisting myself as well. I'm more of a main front kind of person, though, so just let me know and I'll be there with you from the front lines.
I think that would be fantastic, honestly. And like, bring as many of your friends as you want to.
Meta-wise, just so that you all know, rather than me having to actually write this out, just because we do not have Terra tonight, happy to have Bulla step in as a character to kind of make up for that absence, just in case we get to combat tonight. We might not, might spend a little bit more time, but just to know that that's there. I'm not going to be like, fuck you guys, gotta go into this fight without your tank.
And Bulla is level 20.
Bulla is level
Please.
69, I don't know.
Yeah!
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
But
Is
he's a
that gonna
fighter
be
type,
in,
so, you know.
G's notes tonight?
Oh, it
Bulla
absolutely
is
is.
level 69. Oh, yeah. Anyway.
But yes, simply let me know your plan, and we will proceed from there.
Before we go anywhere, you wouldn't happen to have like a shop that sells really cozy woolen sweaters or something?
We can organize some for you if you would like. I can't guarantee that they'll look overly great, but I can certainly collect some for you.
Free or fashionable.
Would be lovely, but I did mean buy. Although, geez, like in the back of her head, if they're ugly, I would prefer not to spend money on them. But that would be excellent. It was a little cold up on the mountain
Of course.
for me.
I can see that most of you, except for one, don't really have the attire for snow travel. I'd be happy to collect items for each of you if you'd prefer.
Who's the person with snow attire? Is it me?
I believe it is your furbog friend.
Oh, okay.
Those cloaks
I
don't
like
look
to
like
be
they
warm.
are keeping much warmth in.
They insulated with sticks and rocks and dirt.
I am very glad that you were able to gather that kind of insulation.
It doesn't work though, so if you have anything woolen, it would be nice.
Of course. Of course. Alright, then I can prepare 5 sets for you all. Is there anything else that you specifically need? I would be happy to negotiate more if we need.
I think at this stage, the warm attire is probably the priority.
Of course. Well, Raz, if you will assist in escorting them out to the balconies to go and oversee from above, I will go and collect your clothing for you. And Raz will kind of move off in a direction and kind of lead you out. You'll kind of eventually make your way like up a number of stairs. You just kind of seem to be going up and up and up and up and up for quite a while. Heading through council, additional council chambers and just through more and more of this building until finally you emerge at what appears to be like the top kind of floor of this place. It's kind of a grand pavilion style in that it has these columns around the edges, but it appears to have some kind of magical film on the sides that prevents any actual wind from coming in. And as you look out around you, you can see a full 360 view of the space in this area. And with Raz's assistance, he's able to point out exactly in the distance where the rock nest would be. Kind of partially obscured by, kind of snow and general, upheaval of snow throughout the place. If you wanted to have a look, you'd have to roll me a perception check.
Let's fucking perceive this.
Let's
Let's
why do I bother
fucking
rolling?
not.
Yeah, I shouldn't have. I'm not looking, evidently.
Oh.
I have an 11 because I rolled a nat 1.
I have a 7 and I rolled a 2. So
How is it sunny at the moment, or is it overcast?
It's sunny. You are yourself inside. Like, it's over, if you know what I mean. Like, you're in shade
Yeah.
because you're inside, but you are
Oh,
looking out
okay.
into the sun.
Okay, I got a
I
17.
think that's still disadvantage. I'm not sure though.
It would be like the equivalent of looking out into snow when it's a bright day, so probably that would kind of suck.
Yeah. All right then. I got that one. It's not terrible.
Can I see with my human eyes?
Oh, hopefully.
17.
18.
Okay, so 18, 17. How did Friend go?
I got a 3, and it's like +8, I think, but still not
Yeah,
totally good.
yeah. So what?
I'm not
that's
used to
14?
having so few eyes. Usually I have 8 recently.
That's fair. G, how did you go in?
I rolled a nat 1 and I got an 11.
Temi?
I have a 7. I rolled a 2.
Guys, is this the lowest we've rolled for a perception roll, like, ever?
In
Maybe.
so long.
So, unfortunately,
They
as you
really
look
just
out,
not
it's
see
not that
shit.
you can't see the position. Attenborough and Eludere can at least see the position and general, surroundings. You see that there is, it almost builds up like a path to a pedestal with stairs that kind of head up, but like kind of naturally carved out of the mountains. You see an entrance that's kind of looks to be thin and tall on either side. It casts quite a shadow over it, almost like entering into a cave of its own, but just with no ceiling. And yeah, you look out and you see this large nest-like shape and kind of moving parts around there, but you just can't kind of make out too much more distinction from there. But you definitely can understand what they mean by saying that there is one kind of entrance to getting in there and one way of getting to the nest. Short of physically flying yourself there and risking running into any of the numerous moving bodies around there, that seems to be the main way of getting in. But that's as much as you can discern from that. You get the vibes.
Right. So I guess we are going to become birds and we would like to fly away.
I mean, that is certainly an option. If we might need to be prepared for aerial combat if we did that.
Surely we can play around with that. We're very talented birds.
Have
Certainly
you
could see better.
have you fought with passengers before?
No.
Can't say I have.
We do especially tend to fly in the claws, so you'd only be able to bite.
Well, I mean, if we have passengers, it will be the passengers fighting, right?
If you cast, you could cast at them.
Unfortunately, I'm limited to where my fists and sword can land
I
typically.
could throw you.
That
You're
would
just
be
like throwing knives
actually
while the birds do a barrel roll.
very exciting. There's only so far I can fall before I probably break every bone in my body, though. So
Oh no, the
I
fall
won't do
damage
that.
is on. Edinburgh thinks a little bit like, what if you, let's say that you're flying in for a combat, and then you go around, we'll pick you up with the claws, and then you swing in with your sword or whatever, or maybe you fly by punch.
like
One punch.
like jousting, where you hold me and I'll just hold my sword out in
Yes,
front
all
of
you
me
have
and
to
then-
do is go like this, and then well, anything that passed by this fist, well, too bad, I guess. I think that would be pretty cool, actually. Yeah.
It's an option. Perhaps if we went as close as we could and then by foot, if we did want to have a stealthier approach. When we had the aspect of surprise, G certainly was able to dispatch one quite quickly, and Temi, you and I, between us, the second, before they really had an opportunity to retaliate. I would hate us to expend a lot of resources getting to where the rock is and then needing to fight the rock and we don't have them.
I would hate to be eaten.
I can't imagine it's pleasant.
Yeah, let's try not to be eaten, huh?
If anyone is eaten, please tell me what it's like.
Sure.
And if I get eaten, I'll tell you.
Okay. Can you write it down?
On the
Yeah.
sanding
do.
stone.
Okay, lovely. Sending sound like, ow! Okay,
I am
okay.
currently dissolving in acid.
Ow, 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 ow.
fine,
I'm
people.
dying.
Turn the rock
off.
Oh god. Right. Okay. So a nest with moving things around it. And multiple entrances. Great.
Certainly a tricky one.
I can certainly help us, as always, be detected less easily. And these harpies didn't seem to be the most perceptive. I mean, we were just standing in the middle of a snowy field and they didn't see us because we crouched down slightly. Who would have thought that would work as a mechanic?
Who knew?
Gently crouching and no longer seen or perceived.
Slightly bent knees.
Yeah, slightly bent
Slightly
knees.
bent
superiority,
knees.
yeah. Supremacy. Well, we should probably have a bit of a rest before we do anything anyway.
Yes, that sounds nice.
To get G and Terra properly in front of a fire.
Not just heat metal.
Not
I mean,
just
that is
eat
Oh,
very
we
metal.
don't want to do that.
I think she would be cooked if I do that. We don't want any cooked person. But hey, I mean the options though, if you really want to heat metal well, so well.
Give a man a match and he'll be warm for an hour. Set a man on fire, he'll be warm for the rest of his life.
The short remainder of his life as he's on fire.
Oh my god. Okay, so we'll do for a little rest then, and then once we get our warm attire. Surprisingly, they didn't pick me for the target of the wrong attire for the season, but you know, that's fine.
Sun's out. Gun's also out.
Is that a local saying
Yes, sorry.
for
I-
Lunaris?
I'm sorry if it's not common. Oh, that might have sounded a bit funny.
Oh my god.
But yeah, if you're looking to rest up here as well, there is like a nice fire that's sitting in the center and kind of like a hallowed out kind of seating area. It's one of those cool kind of rooms where they have like the circular seats around the fireplace that are actually just inbuilt into the floor. And so you're more than willing, or able, I should say, don't have to be more than willing if you don't want to rest up here. And as you do, or if you choose to go anywhere else, Bulla will eventually find you and deliver you with, let's just say they're not fashionable in the slightest, but they are warm clothes. So each of you attain warm clothes. If you would like, feel free to add any flavor to what you believe that ugly warm clothes would look like on your character.
I know exactly what this looks like for me. I have a roll of fabric that like Leon was like, make me a poncho a while ago, and it is the worst. It's like all grays, but it's got like a teal that I would usually like through it, and it's like thick lines of wool and then thin lines and then thick and then thin, and it's just what
Ooh.
I know exactly what it looks like. I'll put it in the Discord after stream.
Okay. But yeah. I would imagine that it is some kind of like a horrendous outfit for the rest of you though.
I feel like Friends is just a really big, ugly knitted blanket they just wrap around themselves. I hope for the best.
I love that though. That's very endearing. But like kind of intentionally ugly, you know? But yes, you all acquire some warm clothes. And you already feel yourselves warming up a little. Now, are you looking to do a short rest? Because it is like midday.
Yeah, I
just
think
checking.
just a short rest.
Sure. Then feel free to go through your short rest as you wish. You don't feel that you are in any immediate danger here. That would disrupt it, so feel free to roll hit dice, all that kind of thing, as you successfully complete a short rest.
I don't think. Did anybody take any significant damage?
I didn't take any.
I didn't think so.
I don't think anyone took any damage in the fight.
Yeah, we just one pop.
We were real quick, but I wanted to
Yeah.
check.
Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I'm
I
full of-
will save my little resty song then.
All right. Excelente. So in terms of a plan, have we devised one?
No.
Love that for you.
I mean, pros of going in by bird, faster. Cons of going in by bird, probably combat a lot faster and probably more combat in general. If we pass without a trace technically still works when you're flying, but I don't know how that works with everyone else's stealth checks. It would just be the 2 equal stealth checks, I would assume, because
Yeah.
Stealth.
I mean, I'm happy to fly up as long as we don't get too close. And then land and like hike the rest of the way.
I
But
didn't
we're not
see
gonna freeze anymore.
I didn't see the nest. I couldn't. But is there like a ledge we can get to and we can walk the rest of the way? I know there's multiple ways from what you were describing, but
it was like just kind of you'd have to get up into it and then skirt around, right, Burrow? Like we have to like getting into the nest, it wasn't like flying wasn't the only way, but it was very long by foot.
It's not that necessarily it's long, it's just that you're walking into essentially like 2 mountains sandwiched together. And you don't know like kind of what's in there. You can't really see if there's like anything particularly perilous in there, and that it emerges at the like as it heads up towards the nest. So you just can't be sure exactly what that's going to look like. But it does appear to provide cover, and it does appear to provide some kind of additional advantages to if you are looking for a stealthier approach.
Right.
But you just see a lot of moving bodies at the top as well. So potentially there are a lot of creatures around there.
Is Bulla back in with us? Or is she not?
Yeah, Bulla will have walked back in when she gave you the clothes.
Eludere would probably get her attention and say, "You didn't happen to have any spare crossbows, did you?"
I'm sure that we can fish one out. Shouldn't be too much of an issue.
We're going to be going by bird for any part of the journey. I should be able to hit something with that fairly efficiently, at least.
Very fair.
Still working on shooting my fists. Not quite there yet.
If only. All right. I can certainly collect some crossbows then. Are you looking to go in by bird?
At least part of the way. We know that we can take the harpies on fairly easily. Even if we were beset by a considerable number, we'd probably be okay, but we don't know. I mean, I guess you had any information on going through the pass, any other perils that we might face, other local beasts or creatures.
I don't necessarily know of any creatures in that pass. We've never been able to get close enough, but I do at least know that the harpies themselves are the main concern. The rock, obviously, is a serious concern and one to certainly be dealt with, but it appears to mostly take a backseat to the harpies' endeavours. They are its minions and they do its work. But I do just want to reiterate, there are a number of these creatures. It wouldn't be walking into half a dozen or so. You may potentially be walking into some in the tens.
it took us 12 seconds to get rid of the last ones. For 2?
Technically, if you take into consideration that we waited the first 6 seconds before doing anything, it technically took us 6 seconds for 2. But
True.
that was when it was just 2 and they were running, so...
I just wouldn't underestimate the power of a swarm, is all that I'm advising. But if it is what you would like to do, I will follow your decision.
I wouldn't mind a bit of sneaking, but I'm happy to fly us up. My only concern is if they have any kind of advantages, being as many as there are, like me and my wolves. But
Could
I'd like to
make
get there
a
quicker
check
than
if you want.
now.
Just trying to decide exactly what I want that to be. Nature, history, something intelligence based. I get
With my no modifier,
I don't know. I'd almost technically
fine
it's
with it.
not
I'm not gonna bargain
survival,
you.
but like, I mean, I don't know. The way that I would have logic it as well is like, if you're able to determine, maybe I'm just thinking about this too much. Hang on, let me look at this first. Nah, it is more a nature check. Yeah, sorry. I tried.
That's all good. I got an 8.
On your behalf. Oh.
I'm never rolling my Temi dice again. They have never rolled well.
Unfortunately, you aren't sure whether or not they have any of that kind of ability, but you do have that freshly in your mind. So it wouldn't be like, how do I put it? It wouldn't be unreasonable for them to have some kind of proclivity to having some kind of pack tactics kind of thing. I'm guessing that's what you're referring to.
Yeah.
I know that they work exceptionally well in groups simply because they are many more than anything, but I wouldn't want to take on 10, 20 of them at once. Even with the best of us, they'd take us down, I would imagine.
Well, we can try and get close then and go by foot.
I have also offered, if you do wish, that we send out half a dozen troops to deter as many as we can from the top. If that is of any assistance to you either.
Anything's good to me, I guess.
Yeah. Certainly helps.
May assist with an aerial approach if you do feel. I just can't guarantee it won't still be pretty bad.
Think we might have to artificially increase in size, Temi. If we are going to I think if we are going to be flying, I think we need to call some friends first and then fly.
That's a
So
good
we
idea.
also will be harpies. Yeah, so I am just having a look at some grand plans. Oh shit.
Could certainly even the odds a little more. For sure. Druids being able to just summon things out of thin air, we love that.
We are just going to spam the map, per se. How many can we summon for a quarter CR?
That is an
challenge
excellent
rating.
question.
Oh, I can't remember on the top.
I think
of
you're
my head.
CR2, aren't you? So
I'm just looking. I haven't done it in so long now.
A
For a quarter, it's 8.
quarter, we can summon 8.
Yeah.
Do you know how many giant owls we can summon?
Is that only a quarter? Oh my god.
We're gonna have so many birds.
16
You
giant
don't
owls.
understand. We're gonna have so many birds. We're gonna be fighting forever.
I know
Well,
that
half of us
Mel and
could be on the
Jimmy
floor.
will potentially yell at me, but you know, it's just exactly what Sam and Frodo were missing, right?
Get those giant eagles in there, baby. Let's go.
I'm gonna look.
Straight to
Next
Mordor.
time you're at my house, I am strapping you to a chair and explaining to you
I
why the eagles could
know.
not have flown. No, you need to hear it again, obviously.
Well.
But yes.
I think that's a good plan.
Mm.
So we fly us up there, and then we wild shape back to conjure the animals.
Oh, no. I
that what you
was
mean?
thinking we conjure the animals first, and then we
Have them
all
fly with
fly
us.
over there. Yeah.
That's not very subtle, though.
No. There would definitely know if there was
Maybe we
18
just-
birds flying at them.
Maybe we just don't be subtle then. I feel like 18 birds is a bigger advantage than stealth.
Imagine
So many
18
birds.
birds when they didn't know it was coming, though.
I mean, depending on how many of the 18 birds can stay within a 30-foot radius of me.
That's true.
How
There you go.
dexy are you all? Can we like stack? How close can you fly
Well,
together?
even then,
Formation.
I believe that the giant eagles, which I'm guessing is what you guys would turn into, would be large creatures, which already take up a 10-foot, like, square.
What if some of
So,
the eagles carry other eagles?
technically, it would still occupy 10-foot space, but it would help with more stackability.
Stand on each other's heads.
Yeah.
What if we summon a bunch of eagles, put a couple of them in our bag of holding?
Oh my god.
I have given you the ability to use the bag of holding for your pets. Technically, it has a limit. So,
Technically, no, not even technically. You said that you didn't mind how many pets we put in there so that you wouldn't be limiting the amount of pets that we would have. You never said how long they
you
have to be
put
pets for.
a summoned pet in there, I will make it
my
go
God.
away.
No.
Oh my god. So funny.
You ever open a
That's
bag
me
and there's
next to me.
16 owls pour out of a bag?
It's like a clown car.
Yeah.
It would be like
Oh.
the witch and the Wizard of Oz. Just fly, my pretty.
Yeah.
Whoosh.
Well, I'm thinking of the whole like gag where you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I got something for you," and you just like do that to someone, and you're like, "Oh, I got something for you." Just 18 owls fly out of a bag.
Oh my god.
Right. So we don't know how many harpies there are. We definitely could go the route of 16 owls and aerial combat. I mean, we could even use them as a distraction and go past them if we wanted to.
Mm.
I think that if you saw 2 owls with a couple of people on them versus 16 owls in a flock together, which one would probably take more attention?
In a V formation. We're just going to hibernate.
Just Danger Zone playing as these owls descend on the harpies. However,
yeah, I mean, we can absolutely use the owls or anything else that can fly. to become the distraction while we go the other way quietly. Please.
Giant bees?
Yeah,
A giant bee's a thing?
I believe so. Holy shit.
I mean, I'm not suggesting that this is a new plan, that today we summon bees. I just want to know if we can have giant bees at some point.
I'm sure a giant bee.
It probably would be better for combat if we were eagles, because we could use our beak and feet.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd be stronger too.
Right.
You would
and-
have to deal with the fact, though, that if you were fighting while there are other people on top of you, it may cause something to happen to the people that you're carrying. That's something to be aware of. Not like, I'm not trying to be intentionally
Eagles
like
flying.
vague.
They can fight, not me.
Just something. Oh my god, that liquid cat.
But there is a possibility for someone to fall. I'm not giving you plot armor in that respect. It's more what I mean.
Have you got duct tape?
This would be
Strap
worse.
yourselves in. Hang in
Next
there,
time-
baby. It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Next time we're back at the tower, we can make little harnesses. We can have little saddles for your eagles that we keep in the bag of holding.
Oh my
Cute.
god, that
Be
gonna be
like-
so.
How to train
Like-
your dragon.
Alexa
your
play.
druid.
Alexa play Formation by Beyonce. Oh my god.
That is just opening up for so much. Just like, why do you have like all these straps and harnesses? Don't ask. It's none of your business.
Oh, shit.
Training and all this leather. Don't ask. I said.
Oh my god.
Right. Okay. Are we going at 16 owl, or are we going try and slip past by foot?
I think we should slip past first. Save.
Oh yes.
save
My
us
vote is
the-
for 16 owls. I'm just putting that out there.
I mean, we can always, at a moment notice, go 16 hours right if our cover gets blown.
Yeah, I agree. I am nervous about how long it's going to take if we are still looking for the sword. So, but
Yes.
it's important we do
owls
it
will
right
be
if we're going to do it
ready.
at all. I'd rather not lose anyone.
As would I. Right. So, I guess I do have the crossbow in case we do encounter harpies, so I will be able to hit them. Obviously, G, you have something for range as well, don't you? And friend, I know from experience, you can deal with range. Terra? Does Terra have like a crossbow or something?
I don't believe so. Also, for the purposes of this, she will not be acting because I do not have her
It will
character
be
sheet.
Bulla instead.
But Bulla
won't it?
will
Okay.
act on your behalf and will have a crossbow.
Okay.
The only one with plot armor right now is Terra. So if you all die, Terra will wake up next session.
Sorry, I actually have to duck out for the rest of the session, so...
So glad I'm already building another character just in case.
Oh no, Shadow, where are you going? Runs away. Okay.
All right. Well, we are appropriately clothed. We have range. I guess we can set out whenever we're ready.
Yeah, so Bulla will hand over crossbows to anyone who needs them. I believe at the moment that's just Eludere and herself. They're just like your standard light
Hand
crossbow.
crossbow.
Yeah. Nothing too special. But is there anything else anyone wants to do to prepare? No?
No,
I
I-
don't
I
think.
don't know.
I mean, we've rested, so Druid's
Mm.
wild shape back,
Hmm.
etc. I have key points back.
Mm-hmm.
We sh-
I would like to bring a thermos of hot chocolate with me just in case the jackets do nothing.
You certainly can
The
do that. That wouldn't be an
jacket's
issue at
too
all. All right. You kind of see from up the top here that it would be possible to depart from the top if you're looking to fly. Or you can head all the way back down through the city and out the back to go that way as well.
I think we'd probably go. We wouldn't want the druids to expend a wild shape to then not be flying when we get. How long by foot is it going to take to get to the pass?
You would imagine probably up to about 2 hours. It's kind of like it's what you can see of it. The pass is like kind of up in the mountains a little, so you'd have to kind of do a little bit of climbing to get up there, specifically to go through the pass.
Is Eludere able to gauge, like, is she able to try and, like, look again and see if she can see any harpies, like, in the vicinities, like, from, like, I guess, like, if we did choose to fly to that part, if we think we'd be able to get to the pass at least without being detected?
Sure. I have an eyelash in my eye, so sorry if I'm touching my eye too much. If you're looking specifically at the entrance to the pass, make me another perception check.
Wait a minute, that was a natural
Eyeballs.
20 on one, but then 10 the other one, so it's 17.
17 is enough at least to know that you can see from around the entrance, while there aren't any on the grounds part of it, these two parts of the mountains kind of reach up into the sky, and you can see at least from this distance 5 or 6 that are kind of floating around talking to each other. One of them appears to be like scuffling to some description from this distance, and they're kind of gathered around the entrance, and you can kind of see the outline of shapes behind as well.
We should be able to clear part of the way, and then when we're closer, I'll use Pass Without a Trace to make it more difficult for us to be seen. Flying at all is probably going to get us seen, unfortunately.
If we do manage to get up there sneakily, we can sneak. If we manage to get there if we manage to get there unseen, we can sneak, but it might not be worth it to even try. Owls don't ever really fly in formation, so maybe the harpies don't know that. Maybe we could pretend we're like a flock
Eagles
of
do.
really big ducks. Do
Can
eagles fly in
eagle-
formation? I thought they were fairly solitary creatures.
We
Or
could
it
be
depends.
pretend to be geese. They're big ducks.
Geese are real big
And
ducks.
they're mean. Good
They probably
idea.
want to appear mean.
Oh, true.
Right. Well, off we go.
Yeah.
Starts doing the TikTok walking.
All right. Sequence of events, my friends.
The marching order? Do you need?
No, I more mean
Was
like
that-
we are standing currently
yes.
in the tower. What order are we doing things? Like, are you
So-
summoning your animals first? Are you wild shaping? Like, tell me about your plan now that it's currently happening.
Okay.
We are going
walking?
by foot. And then when we are a distance, probably like half an hour out from the pass is when Eludere will use Pass Without a Trace. Like when we start getting within like what would be range of the harpies seeing us.
Sure. All right. That is more than fine as well then. You can head back through the tower and head on out of the city. And it's a fairly decent walk. You know, you've walked quite a ways to get up here. So it's a fair walk to get back out. But you head in the general direction of where you need to go. Now, you saw most of what you needed to see when you were up in the tower, but now that it's down on the ground, I do just need whoever is fronting, kind of give me a marching order, if you will, so that I get some idea of where you're doing. And whoever's at the front, I need a survival check.
I'll be at the front.
Okay.
Oh, I think I
Eludere
will also
will
be.
help.
Yeah, the three of us on the front then.
And Eludere able to give Temi advantage by helping her.
Throwing out my dice. I'm friendo today. It's all fours.
Ouch. But yeah, you do have 3 people at the front, so I will allow it for advantage for this one. Let's be
okay.
nice.
I got a +9, so
That's still pretty good.
13, baby.
Eludere's gonna give you advantage. Eludere's not
Fuck
gonna
yeah.
give you-
Fuck yeah, 19.
I like to think that Eludere's just like, as Temi's pointing to a footprint, Eludere just like grabs her hand and slightly lifts
Directs
it up.
yeah.
Just like,
It's like those travel montages in movies where they're like, you know, like pointing at things or like different landmarks and stuff, but Temi's pointing at all the wrong things and Eludere's just like readjust.
It's the classic case of I have the ability to do it, but not the, like, you know, the gifted child where you've got so much potential, but you've not putting yourself in the right spots where you need to be. That's me. Temi.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Thanks.
Pain. All right. Yeah, so without too much issue, you do manage to make your way towards the mountains. You do see kind of like familiar kind of peaks and things in the distance from what you'd seen from up the top. And now you're slowly starting to acclimatize yourselves with the space around you and what you'd seen it from your place from before. You can hear voices and sounds in the distance that kind of carry on the wind. And they echo weird, strange things into your ears, and it's incredibly disconcerting. But as you continue your ascent, you see that the ground becomes steeper and steeper, and you see that there will be a small amount of climbing involved. This is roughly about an hour into your trek. You get the feeling that once you get to the top of this, you would be at the beginning of the pass. So it is up to you whether you do anything different from here or you just go to head straight up.
how tall was this climb?
It's like decently tall. You're probably looking at like 20 meters up, but not like a absolute like vertical steepness to it. It's just kind of like the equivalent of hiking, but just a little bit steeper.
Just a reminder that I wanted to fly. If I fall down the hill, you're not allowed to laugh at me because of that.
Okay.
Even if I roll.
I'm not very good at climbing, so I can't laugh either. I'll probably be falling down with you.
Well, I can go first, if you'd like, and see if I can find good footholds as we're going up.
Good idea.
Eludere will probably, if like, how long do we think this like hike bit will take?
You imagine that this will probably be like the better part of like 45 minutes or so. While it's not as much distance, it's just purely from the like ascent aspect of it. It just goes basically directly up without being an actual vertical climb.
Yeah, Eludere will probably wait to like near the top and then pass without a trace, but she will go
Sure.
first and try and find a steady path going up this harder climb.
All right, sure. Going first, then, I would need you to make me an athletics check, please.
Would it be athletics or acrobatics?
I'm just double checking for you because I knew that was going to be the next one. So technically, acrobatics is more for like keeping your balance on something. I will at least allow you to roll an acrobatics, and we'll say that you're like just kind of walking because it's not a climb. It's not a true climb. So I'll allow I will allow acrobatics.
She's parkouring her way up this like gentle incline. Just parkour! 24.
24. 24 is enough that you manage to kind of find the ways that kind of cross through the path as much as possible. And you get the feeling that this is probably, if anyone was coming up here, this would be like the most traveled path. You see like little bits where there are like footsteps in the ground that have kind of worn their way through the rock that kind of make a natural incline. It's definitely not easy by any means, but it is easy enough for yourself. So, who's next?
I am going to fly, but what I want to do is stay close enough to the wall and close enough to everybody else that if I see someone slip, I can shove them back into the wall. Like, I
Sure,
know you said it's
sure.
not like a sheer cliff falling to their
Yeah.
death, but I don't want anyone to fall off the wall.
It's like, it's 20 meters high, so like, even if you did fall from that, like, it fucking suck, but like, it's not the worst thing. I mean, it is pretty bad.
It's
But, you
pretty
know,
bad.
Very
It's
bad.
It's
20
pretty
meters
bad.
is quite high.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's like
mean, though? Like,
falling from the
10
fifth
meters, we
floor.
could,
meters.
you know, but that's true.
300 meters, fuck.
We're dead.
But, as in, if you have some slowing down, it's probably okay. Anyway, yes, you certainly can do that. So you're just kind of like stay in, but like you won't need to make a check because you have boots, and I don't know why I gave them to you.
I don't know why you did either. I love them so much.
See, if it hadn't been you to do that trial, someone else could have ended up with them.
I know, but it's perfect because they happened right after I fell down a cliff. So I'm never going to forget that I can use them so that I don't ever have to climb anything ever again.
Also true. So yes, who is next then? Knowing that
No.
G is there for assistance.
Yeah, I'll go next.
All right, athletics, or I suppose I can allow you some acrobatics as well, because I'm feeling nice.
It's a 12.
12, you find that you struggle. It's not enough that you fall, but it is enough that you spend quite a bit of time trying to get up there. You get maybe like halfway, and then you kind of find yourself a little bit stuck. G is kind of at your back, making sure that you don't fall, but you do not find your feet slip. So, I need you to roll another one for me.
18.
Oh, easy. Well, I wouldn't say peasy, but you do at least manage to kind of get a bit more of a grasp of what's going on. You kind of find some more of those natural kind of footholds as you kind of head up. And you do eventually find yourself nearer to Eludere, kind of crouching behind a rock at this stage, kind of nearish the top. Obviously not going completely to the top because then it goes into the next part of your plans.
Yep.
Now, who will go next? Attenborough or Friend?
Guess I can go next.
Sure.
I think. Yeah. Okay. Athletics, yeah.
Or acrobatics, yeah.
That's 17.
17 is enough that you do manage to make your way up there without, like, it's slower than what Eludere did, but definitely not a failure by any means. It just takes you a little bit of time to get up there, and you kind of like make your way through. A couple of times your foot slips and you see the snow just kind of billows out beside you and falls down to the ground way below you. And it's just, well, glad that wasn't me. And you head on up. But G's standing there the whole time just like ready to go if need be. But it isn't required. Now, last but certainly not least, we have Friend.
Can I try and do something that I have never tried to do before?
Sure.
I think I haven't tried to do this at least, I can't remember. So I've been a spider for so long and I've been very used to having spider legs. Can I try and summon my spider legs?
Okay.
Just like...
Roll me a D100, please.
Okay. Oh, it's not like on my usual dice roller thing.
Oh, good.
94.
94 is pretty good, but technically, Friend doesn't know this yet, but there is a mechanic involved here that does mean that a 94 on a D100 is a failure. You do find as you're like trying to summon these things from your body, nothing happens. You can even feel the parts where they normally are, and yet you don't feel anything.
Shit. No, try and climb.
Alright. Athletics or acrobatics as well?
I'm pretty sure they're both trash. Oh, well, I got a fucking natural 20, so...
Nice!
Let's see what my minus is. I have a 0 on acrobatics and -1 on athletics. So I guess I'll just try and mimic Eludere.
You do this, and even though you did not have any success summoning your spider legs, you do feel at least your fingers and your arms and any part that makes contact with the ground or the ice around kind of builds this strange grip to it. And as you move, like similar to how in your spider-legged form you're able to climb through the ceilings, instead you feel that same sensation on your hands and also on any part of you that touches anything solid. And you're able to kind of move through, doing a couple of little like jumps and shakes and things, and eventually you make your way to the top. And you feel that sensation remains for a moment, like crinkled hands after having a bath, but still a comforting sensation to you. But still a little weird. But you do make your way out.
Nice.
Very good, friend.
Thank you. I copied you.
Glad to have been able to have helped.
What are we doing now? Do we have to climb again?
No, I don't want to climb again. Now we're wanting to probably
Fly.
be quiet is
Oh.
what I was going to say.
I want to fly.
I'm sorry, friend. I'm assuming like we've stopped like just before kind of going over the rise up into...
I'm imagining you're kind of on like a rock that's like, you just need to go over that bit and then you're over the top.
Right, so over this last little push, yes, it's just like a little bit more climbing, but just over the sledge.
You'd think I'd have advantage being tall. No
Actually,
advantage. All bad.
I will explain what a center of gravity is to you at some point in time. That's not how it works, unfortunately.
Okay.
Not right now, though. We just don't know what's up here. So I'm going to make it harder for us to be seen. And now we should probably...
So before you all continue up, we will use this opportunity to head for a break. But this will be just before the party emerges past this rock and heads up towards the entrance to this strange cave. Well, not really a cave, but I don't know. I don't really know what else you call it. Like a fissure, I guess? I don't know. Whatever. My language is defeating me today. It is quite bloody warm. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah. But this is currently episode 16. If you have enjoyed, it is definitely not a valley because it is thin. It's like being sandwiched between two rocks that don't move.
Like a chasm?
Yeah,
chasm.
Yeah, that chasm's probably the better term for it. And yeah, we're gonna be back in a moment. While we're gone, who's got a good break question? Last one of the year, no pressure.
If you're stuck between a rock and a rock, rock with one K and one without a K.
Or is it a rock
What's your
and a
next
rock and a rock?
move?
And the creepy bird rock.
Yeah.
Do you have the drive
or the power to stay hungry.
To stay
and
humble and devour.
Put in the work, put in the hours, and
To
take
take
what's
what's
ours.
Or take what's Eludere's, either one. You know.
Yeah.
Um,
No, Eludere will be taking what's Eludere's. Thank you very much.
This is the
Whereas
one
Eludere
point
will
where the
take it
party
from
betrays
you.
each other. And they're just like,
No.
oh, I want it. Anyway, yes, tell us if you have the drive, the power to take what's Eludere's. I will continue with that. But we will be back very, very soon. Appreciate your faces. Thank you for being here, and we will be back very shortly. If you don't remember to, also I forgot to mention, we're still doing the donation goal for the Shrunk one-shot. Make us do things, because it will be the worst. In the best kind of way. Blam blam. Welcome back for the second half of Book Club episode 16. We return back with the party having just scaled a smallish size ascent that was fairly steep, but not like the worst thing they've ever encountered, and everyone actually went through it not too bad. I had it written down here. I was like, anything lower than a 10, everyone is falling on their ass. However, this didn't happen. She didn't need to push someone, which would have resulted in a strength throw, which she isn't very good at. So, you know, like, we're all good here. We're all fine. But yes, welcome on in. If you are new here, appreciate your faces. But we will continue with our adventure. So, the party has, I believe, just passed without a trace. Is that right? Yep. And then we'll be emerging from a rock just at the side to kind of finally breach the top of this part of their journey. And as they emerge up the top, they see this large towering chasm that extends up into the sky. And they see an entrance finally at the base that looks like it's 1 or 2 people wide. And you're able to kind of spot from this distance kind of how the rocks just kind of tower and reach up into the sky in these rounded but pillar-like ways. Natural formations, but definitely very imposing around you, standing up to, at the tallest, possibly another 20-30 meters on top as well, and seeming to get larger as you head on in. Or as you look on in, I should say. Do you approach immediately?
I mean, hey, why not?
Yeah, I guess like take in like, can we hear any movement? I guess.
Yeah,
Or,
make me a
like,
perception check.
Let's see.
12. You can hear some kind of sound around you, but you can't really tell. Like, the wind is moving quite furiously around here, and thank goodness, because your clothes are so warm and protective from the ones that you've been given, despite the fact that they're, you know, not the best looking things. They're definitely protecting you from the harshness of the chilly air around here. But you do hear on the winds different sounds and movements and things to know that there are things around you, but you can't quite see them. It's kind of the equivalent of like the small clouds of fog around you, in that the wind is picking up pieces of snow that's forming small pockets of air and space that are hard to see through. But you can definitely hear some kind of movement around, but you're just not quite sure what, whether that's just falling snow or just the wind on its own, that kind of thing.
I mean, got past without a trace. We may as well try and sneak our way into the chasm.
Sure. Then, keeping quiet and as stealthily as you can, please roll me a stealth check, everyone. Together, I'll roll for Bulla too.
Does anybody in the party have disadvantage on stealth
Me.
checks? You can have a D8, the D8 of Bardic Inspiration.
Thank you.
And then plus 10.
Oh yeah,
Everyone.
that's right.
$23. Thank you.
I got 22.
Nice,
Uh,
nice.
20.
I got a nat 20.
Jesus.
So I got
That's
42.
Holy but Cat was just like, no,
Rage quit.
we will not be having that.
Oh my god.
I like how every stealth roll off is just Mel and I waiting for the other person to say. It's like become the biggest like dick measuring contest of like this campaign thus far. I got 39, so not anywhere
Nice.
near as impressive.
Yeah, sorry to say, you guys both fail. You went so well that you actually went to the opposite end of the spectrum and managed to find yourselves in the ethereal plane. Anyway, Attenborough, how did you go?
Oh, I got 24.
24. Yeah, you're fine. And Bulla got 18. So not great, but with the plus 10, absolutely fine. So you feel and you see as you look around each of you that even amongst yourselves, you find that as you step and move, you are moving without making any noise at all. You barely even hear a whisper or a sound, or even the sound of someone's pants moving together or someone's cloak billowing in the wind or anything like that is all gone from around the space around you. Feels like you're in your own tiny little bubble. G especially makes absolutely no moves, and it looks... I don't know if this is a good thing, but I'm going to go with it. Even just the way that she composes herself, the only way that you would even know that she is still there is from the bundle of clothes that are actually physically around her. Everything else just kind of blends into the surroundings.
Really ugly poncho just floating through.
But you do continue on. You reach eventually the beginning of the chasm itself. And you see that stands tall before you is the entrance, 2 people wide, made of a dark, dark stone, much different to the stone around it. And you see inside that not much snow and kind of debris has kind of enveloped in here, so as you step inside, you can see that your feet no longer sink. They instead move on tough ground. But you can continue if you wish.
Does the rock look familiar to us? I know it sounds really stupid, but like
No, it's not stupid.
the darker rock, does it look familiar to something we might have seen elsewhere?
Roll me a nature check.
14.
14? 14 is enough at least to know that not necessarily that any of the party or like together with your adventures you would have seen something like this. It's more that you would probably be fairly aware of it, I suppose. In your time in Linares, while it is in the Feywild, there are some naturally occurring kind of environmental things that kind of remain the same amongst the material plane and also the Feywild. And that as you're kind of looking into this chasm around you and you see that darker rock, you imagine that this is relatively, in the space of within the last 100 years or so, a relatively new landform.
Thank you.
No worries. And yeah, you spot that by the fact that it is incredibly smooth and incredibly dark. Hasn't had the time to fully be covered in the same way. It doesn't exude any, strange temperatures or anything like that. That would be reminiscent of, say, something that was warm, but it definitely feels new. But otherwise, we continue.
Yeah.
With passive perceptions, I will assume that you, for the most part, are like keeping eyes out or at least can kind of witness things around you. You still feel that you have not been seen. And yet, from the space above you, directly into the sky, you see shapes move. And while mostly covered by moving snow and wind around, You see a few feathers move through, a few wings that come soon after, even a few feathers that float slowly down to the bottom to where you are, perhaps a few catching on a few bits of snow that have kind of piled around you. You definitely hear the rustling of those wings above. And also, mingled amongst that, you start to hear a beautiful song that starts to play. And it is essentially the equivalent of like a sea shanty. Something to kind of encourage morale and to... it's quite jovial in nature, not at all intimidating. It just kind of rings out in this beautiful tone. And it has obviously some kind of significance to themselves, but to you all it just is a rambling of words that don't make a lot of sense. But it is beautiful. And you hear that as you walk through. You hear the sound of this music echoing in the space around you. And almost you feel shapes and visions form before you from the words itself. While not actually physically forming, the kind of the things and the images that they speak of almost seem to play around you. As you walk through this small chasm on the smooth rock face that you see beside you, you see dancing. People in the streets in bright coloured outfits, dancing and moving as they wish, in kind of this ghostly, ethereal way. Not as actually dancing, that would be horrific. But you see them move, and move with the beat, kind of moving like it's some kind of jig. And as you continue on, you see more and more people gather. You see night slowly falls on this strange image as you're all keeping watch and keeping aware, and particularly paying close attention to the fact that these harpies are not approaching you. But their songs are certainly doing something within you. Can I get each of you to make... do I have... Where did I put it? Oh, I've got to check what it is now. Fucking hell. A wisdom saving throw, please.
And is this against a charm?
It is against charm, so that will mean that Eludere has advantage. And I believe actually also friend, possibly. If it's a charmed effect. Is that right?
Yeah. I think that is a thing. Let me consult my book.
Sure.
$19 for Eludere.
18? Alright.
19.
Oh, 19.
Wait, no, I think I'm immune to fear, not immune to charm.
Oh, okay. Okay, sure.
17
16.
for Temi. Oh, sorry.
So 16 for Attenborough?
Yes.
And what for Temi?
17.
17. What's 17? Well, like teens. That's what I meant. What about G?
I go to 16 as well.
Nice. And how did Frank go?
I got 14. I rolled real bad.
Not the worst. Bulla also got a 13, but you do at least feel that the music does not compel you in the same way that you imagine it is meant to. Like tiny hands that reach out towards you, you feel them not take purchase. And you note yourself able to continue on without too much more distraction. Slowly, the images fade around you. And again, you stand in the chasm and you're able to continue. It's quite a long way to continue through without much else to see except for these tall, sheer walls beside you. And that's when you hear something, especially those of you who have fairly high passive perceptions. Anything above an 18, which is a few of you, but not all of you. And as you move, you hear a crack, a deep, thunderous crack that comes from within the rock. You feel it come from further inside as it just crack again. Like heat hitting glass that can no longer withstand the heat. It cracks again, but this time you hear 3 separate ones. Coming from your right and further ahead. Bless you.
Thank you.
Does that seem bad to anyone else?
Just a little bit. Yeah.
Cool.
So this is still like a long, smooth rock tunnel thing.
Yeah,
we
it
coming
is
through?
still a smooth rock. You have an open top above, but for all intents and purposes, it is essentially a tunnel. If something was to look down here, it would be quite difficult without too much dark vision, that kind of thing. But yeah, you certainly do hear that cracking sound coming from the right and ahead of you.
So Edinburgh heard it?
Do you have a passive perception above 18?
Hell no.
No, then it would only be 3 of you that would have heard that. I couldn't remember for sure whether you guys had. I think 16 is the highest from the both of you, I think. Actually.
I have 15.
Eludere has 17.
Oh.
So none of
okay,
us.
so it's only G and Friend then.
Only June friend, yeah.
And also Temi?
No, I have 15.
Oh. God.
We're a bunch of dummies.
It's just not being wise. There's a very distinct difference.
I'm very
Just
wise.
super wise.
We
Not-
me
not
and the
plus
boys.
seven.
Oh my god.
What exactly is it that you're hearing? That doesn't sound good.
Like a cracking noise deep in the rock.
Uh-oh.
Like, we should be careful where we step.
I don't know. Maybe we should go look at it, or maybe we should run away.
It's more coming from the walls, you said, than the floor.
Yes, coming definitely from the walls.
Yeah, I don't think the floor is going to collapse. I think it's in the
Are we going to be caved in?
Maybe,
Oh.
Probably not.
but
I
maybe.
do not feel like, no. I do not
It
feel
would
like
be
it's
bad
going to
to say.
cave in.
No, because it could happen.
You feel
could
more
happen.
cracks sound, and this time, everyone else hears it.
I don't like that.
Maybe we should, like, if it's going to cave in, if it's an avalanche, that's sometimes sound related.
Yeah.
Let's just keep going.
You want to
They're
keep
really
going
quiet.
through?
Yes?
Just a reminder that we can go over.
It might be a time to
Alright.
think about flying because
Yeah.
I don't want to. If the rocks start coming down, let's say, we're literally stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Can we see the end of the pass at all, or is it going to be like a fair trek to get?
It's still a while away to get to the end. But yeah, at this point you are feeling it's probably going to be another, I can't really say exactly how long, but a ways. You're probably looking at the next half hour or so to get to the other end.
Half
Oh,
hour.
we should fly.
I'm like a bug, I'm on my way.
Yeah, I don't really want to be the reason that people are buried alive under a heap of rock and glass, kind of rock, I guess. Some more fragile walls than we suspected.
Crackling. Is that crackling sound like kind of coming from the walls or the floor?
So the cracking sound is
Oh.
coming from the walls itself.
Right.
So you said that it sounded like glass that was under pressure from heat and it couldn't withstand it anymore. Do we feel a noticeable difference in temperature, like in the chasm from like outside?
No, that was more of a reference as like the kind of equivalent sound. Like you
Yeah,
hear
okay.
the way that it like will fork off.
Yeah.
What doesn't just do like one small little crack, it forks off in different
Yeah.
directions.
You know how the we were seeing some illusions before with the singing or whatever. Do you think it's like, you know, the frequency of that sound is getting too high and therefore something is shattering because of the high frequency of the like a shattering glass or something?
Can we still hear the singing? Or
You
was
can
that
still
like
hear the singing.
maybe they're singing to the rock and telling it to fall on us because we didn't dance with them, which I think
They
is
can't
kind of
see us.
reasonable.
That I would be offended too.
Yeah, it was
Or-
rude of us.
I'm
What
not
about
sure
it's-
they can see us,
No, they
but
can't see us.
maybe.
They are singing to. Are we walking on an black dark stone egg? Could it be? And the egg is like cracking up.
egg?
Something is spawning.
I
We
really
would be
hope not.
in the egg.
If it was an egg, we should know.
Maybe there are eggs in the walls.
I mean,
What if they're all hatching?
yeah. What if they're
Baby
hatching?
harpies.
No, it's not gonna be a baby one. I think it's gonna be
Not,
gigantic.
that's not good for us. If
Nothing
that's
at the
all
moment is
terrible.
great.
I don't know any positive thing that could come out of this cracking sound.
Alright, well, we've got two options. One is move at speed and try and get through to the other side as quickly as possible. Or the other one is to get out of here if we're worried about it collapsing. We need to make a decision because the longer we stay here, the more cracking that is probably going to happen.
Can I do like, I don't know, can I like investigate? Like if I look at the wall, if I like, do I see any cracks or do we just hear cracks further back? Like,
Yeah, sure. Roll me a something. I'm gonna go with maybe survival if you feel spicy.
I do not feel survival.
Mm.
I got a 9, and if you make me do survival, it's an 11. If you let me do perception, it's a 19.
No, perception is fine. Perception, at least you see in the dark rock around you, basically no difference. And even as you look ahead, hearing that sound, you don't see any difference. Except for what appears to be a newly formed crater, very small one, on one side, that you see is slowly kind of moving. And there is this small crack that's appearing from one of the sides that is growing down towards you. Very slowly, but it's still definitely there.
Again, seems bad.
I don't like backtracking.
We don't have to
just-
backtrack.
We can go up.
We can go
up. We can fly.
Way.
Okay. I don't think it's gonna fall down. It's a
You
tiny
don't?
crack.
Well, if I die,
Oh.
it's G's fault.
And can Eludere make like a survival to see if she can?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
I will
For our
certainly allow
survival.
that, but just know that that will require more time. So happy for you to do it, but just know that.
Yeah, she'll still do it because if we're going to commit, if G doesn't think it comes
Yep.
down, Eludere's just like, not that I don't trust you, but I am going to take a look as well so that we don't get crushed under rock. Natural 20, which is
Ooh.
27.
27 is enough to note that this is do or die. This is the moment. If you want to continue on, you are looking at this crack that's forming, and as you look into it, you kind of see smaller cracks that have appeared on the sides that extend further into the rock. And now you're seeing a slight discoloration in small veins around the rock toward you that are lighter in color and showing weaknesses in the rock around you. This will absolutely fall. You either need to go ahead now, go back, and know that this will be blocked to you, or pursue something alternative. You could decide you want to get crushed by rocks, and that's absolutely fine if you feel you want to do that, but just know that that will be the option now, especially with that roll.
Yeet. Yeah, this will absolutely collapse.
To
So
my defense, it was one tiny crack when I started looking.
It's fine. I don't judge you.
But as we talk, the cracks are getting bigger.
yeah,
Yeah.
we either run through or we do fly. That is our option.
I'm happy to fly us all out. But let me know. I'll do whatever.
I
So-
still vote fly again.
Next time, do you want to be you want to be polymorph into a giant eagle, and then
Obviously,
you can fly.
yes. Why would I ever not want that?
Hella did.
I'm happy as long as we make a decision now, because the more time we spend talking about it, the more likely this is collapsing on us.
Okay.
Yeah. All
All
right.
right.
Let's go.
Let's
our
wild shape.
way.
Giant eagle time, baby.
Come
So
fly with me. Let's fly
you
away.
manage to transform yourselves into giant eagles. Now that's an action to do that, yeah?
No, bonus.
Bonus action.
Bonus action, even faster. Oh. So you try to make some space amongst you because obviously the size of the actual creature you're turning into. And you transform yourselves into now you're large, aren't you? Large?
Yes.
Large creature. Let me just double check something because I've been saying
I'm
it's 10,
pretty
but I
sure.
actually can't remember for sure. Large is
I'll
10.
double check.
Okay, yeah, large is 10. I was thinking huge, which is 15. For some reason I put
definitely
huge in
not, yeah.
between medium and large. I don't know why. It's very silly. It does mean that you are kind of cramped in this space, but you are able to transform into those creatures, and you feel the rock beside you starts to shake, and you can see a few small rocks and snow fall from on top, fall inside as you do this. But it's very quick, and everyone is able to jump on board. We have said that you're able to carry 2 people, so that's fine. You only, well, actually
it's
no, you
Terra and
have
Bulla.
7 people.
Yeah,
Wasn't I being polymorphed into an owl as well?
That'll take an action. That's fine.
Is that the move?
You could be a spider and come along in a bag.
If we're at push, you could turn into a bat and just
Yeah, if it's dark enough in here, I can be a bat.
and
Yeah,
then
it's
just
probably
go
dark enough.
inside like Eludere's collar again, like in the hood, hide.
Yes, it would certainly be possible for you to do that. So, are you polymorphing or batting?
I will bat because that doesn't take anybody's spells.
Sure. All right. Then, in the space around you, you're able to transform yourself into a bat, and the rest of you are able to climb on top of your new eagle friends. Sorry, eagle? You are eagle now,
Owl.
or owl? I can't remember.
Eagles. Yeah.
Eagles. Okay. I got really confused from the summoning the eagles part, and yeah. But you are able to transform yourselves into these shapes as well. Then you see the wall. Yeah. You see the wall beside you breaks in 3 different places. You see one rock just absolutely flings out of the side of the wall on a sheer ledge from a crack that had gone directly through the side. I've really got to find an alternative word for crack. Because I've said it a lot. Just really love some crack. The rock emerges out and it hits the other side of the wall, and you see that it just crumples in that space. There is space underneath where you would have been able to run, but it would have been very precarious as you launch directly into the sky and head up the top. And as you emerge outside of the top of the chasm, it is at this point that you see around you. Now, technically, you have Pass Without a Trace on, right? So let me just have a thinky think. Because Pass Without a Trace is a tricky one.
How much do you want to mess us up?
It's more the fact that you are not invisible, but you can't be tracked, and a veil of shadows and silence radiates from you that masks you from detection, and you have bonus to stealth checks, but that would not apply if you are not physically stealthing. You are just emerging directly into the sky and heading straight on up.
Is it not, it would just like impose like a disadvantage, like a fresh roll kind of thing?
I would imagine at
From my
least like they
understanding.
probably can't see individual shapes, but they would just see some kind of like form around the area, around any of the creatures inside that space. Because it does say that you have a veil of shadows and silence. So like, yeah, some kind of like amorphous form would be visible at least.
A wispy cloud moving fast and against the wind.
Yeah. Something along those lines.
You fucking nerd.
But yes. Because that's a tricky one. It gives you bonus to stealth, and you don't technically leave any tracks or traces of your passage, but you are emerging out of the sky and not invisible. So you are still visible, but just not individually. That makes sense.
Yep.
Alright. So you emerge from the sky, and you're able to have a bit of a look around you. Now you can see the side of the wall crumbling. On the top, you see a group of about 6 harpies that are just absolutely fighting to the death, it seems, on the top, tumbling and rolling around. One of them falls into the chasm in the spot that's just caved in, and will spring back up into the air, looking at the others and curse off in some kind of language you don't understand. It would say "fuck you" to a friend who would possibly understand that. And as you look down and around you, you see those groups fighting on the top. You see the other 5 that are standing at the entrance, and you see a few around you in all different locations. And off in the distance, you finally are able to spot, being a little bit closer, the Rock's nest off in the distance, and a large sleeping form inside it, surrounded again by 3 more harpies. And each of them, a couple of them are distracted, to be fair. So alongside actually being held at disadvantage with the Pass Without a Trace. Anyway, they at least will look up towards you all, and will not, the ones that are fighting will not look towards you. They have no fucking idea what's going on. They are not very wise things. That's also a natural one. So the ones at the gate do not spot you at all either. But there are the 3 that are beside the rock. Yeah, it would be a natural 20 on the second one. But no, because it's a disadvantage, so I have to take the lower one. You're okay. But that does mean
it's too soon.
that no one appears to see you at this exact moment. What exactly in this moment are the 2 druids doing?
Looking
We would be
around
flying toward the
nervously.
nest,
Right.
right? That's after going up, seeing the group of harpies fighting. I think we'd be going as quickly as we can, roughly toward the nest.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It-
Yeah,
what you wanna
yeah.
do?
Yeah. That would be where the sword is, kind of.
You've
we
been told
hoping
as
that-
much.
Mm.
That's roughly
Right.
the area.
Can we see with the harpies that are fighting, the one that was like cursing, is there a difference in plumage between, is there anything that indicates like a difference? Like it's like
Sure.
a faction?
Roll me a
that?
perception check.
And this would be at disadvantage, wouldn't it? Because we're back out, like in
Yes,
sunlight.
definitely. You are in the middle of the sun, trying to look down without sunglasses.
So that is 17.
17 is enough to note that they do appear to be of the same plumage. Like, mostly they look pretty identical. The main difference is from anything that you would have kind of read on this matter, having been around for a while, a couple of 100 years or so, you would have at least known that harpies themselves generally have kind of like a grey, white, monochromatic colouring to them. But these instead have a slight shimmering kind of assortment of rainbowed colours throughout their plumage. They look much more majestic, or I guess kind of majestic. Not quite so much. They're kind of a little bit horrifying, more so than what they normally would. And yeah, the space around their faces, it kind of looks like tropical birds around the sides. But they do look the same.
Harpies in different maps.
Would they look kind of familiar to Temi? I'm trying to think, like, because they're more colourful and maybe more extravagant, is this something...
I'm just debating a roll. Maybe roll me a perception check.
I'm flying at speed, so that's fair.
You have advantage, I think, as an eagle, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Oui.
Not that I think I'll need it. Yeah, I didn't need it. 18 plus 5, 23.
Yeah. So as you look to these harpies, they at least to some degree look Fae touched. Like, there is like definitely a Fae aspect to them, and considering any kind of creatures that you've encountered so far on the material plane, these look the most like anything that you would find at home, rather than anything else.
Okay.
But as you're looking to increase in speed to go head towards the rock's lair, you head off, and for the most part at the moment, everyone seems kind of distracted by the fact that they're fighting amongst themselves. And you head off towards the rock's lair. How are you approaching this? Are you just going to fly directly up to them and just go, "Papow, bin shay doing?"
Try fight drop everyone off.
Oh my god.
It could be.
Have we considered trying to be friends?
Yeah. We can.
Would we consider trying to be friends?
I'm happy to talk to them. We're birds. We're birds. Take all my words back.
I can talk into people's brains and they can
Oh yeah.
reply.
Can we? Yeah, we can reply. We can try. I don't want to fight them if we can avoid it, but
I think it would be nice, and they are cute.
they are cute.
Is that a potential to do that? Are these creatures known to negotiate?
He makes tiny squeaky bat noises that sound like fuck off. No, absolutely not.
He agrees that we should make friends with them.
Oh, okay.
I'm with
Wow,
the disgruntled noises.
It's hard to tell in bat. They always sound disgruntled.
The noises are just getting higher pitched and like, no.
So excited about the prospect of new friends.
Eludere would just be like, "G, screech loudly if you don't want to talk to them." She doesn't want to talk to them.
You went so loud, Discord didn't pick it up.
Yes, I got
I
noise
didn't
gauges.
hear anything.
Friend has hearing loss to a high degree.
I'm going to point out that I was right about flying, and I'm going to be right about this as well. Maybe.
I think it's worth a try.
Assuming we're like kind of yelling at each other, are we across the owl?
Yes.
Oh, across the ego. Okay, well, why don't G and I and Bulla, who are all on one, whomstever's ego, stay hidden, and you guys can talk. And then
Yeah, we can try. It could go very badly.
I
It
think.
would be interesting.
No. You said that it's.
I
gonna
said
be
it would
fine.
be interesting if it went badly, not that it would be bad. Well, it would be bad, but you know what I mean.
If I die, it is now friend's fault.
It's true. Well, one person won't die the first time they kill us, and then we're fucked.
It is at this point that you hear the flapping of wings around you, and you hear the
Uh-oh.
sound of a song begin again, and it goes, I see you, I hear you, I'm coming for you. And
Don't.
the sound of wings increase as you see this group of 6 that were fighting from below, hearing the kind of loud yelling amongst you. They've now at this point spotted where you are. We can't see you fully, but you're here.
You can try talking to them now.
Yes, hello, would you like to be friends?
I do not take friends. I take
Why not?
trophies.
You
But
take
friends
what?
are better than trophies.
I would like to disagree. You're very pretty.
You're very pretty, that's why I don't want to kill you, and I will.
I like
Wait.
to take things that are pretty.
You just said
You won't like
can
being dead.
What, sorry?
Oh, I thought they said, I can't really see you, but I can hear you.
And so they
They
said,
think they're
I
getting
see
close.
you,
They
So
I
said they
hear
can't
you.
fully see us.
But they can't
Yeah.
fully see you, because, like, there's the
They just know where we are wrestling.
thing
How
going
do
on.
you know that we are pretty?
They
I have concerns.
I have such a pretty voice. I get told that all the time.
Yes, very pretty. I would like it for myself.
You can't have it. I'm telling you. Be our friends or we will kill you. That's the only choice, and I'm trying to give you a good one.
Would you like to try an intimidation roll towards a halfie? See how you go.
I don't really want to intimidate them. I want to convince them to be my friend.
I know, but more just the
Persuasion.
delivery of the line
intimidation.
was like,
Yeah, the death line.
I will kill you if I need
I'm not
to.
trying to intimidate them. I'm telling them the truth. I got a 14.
Wait. I have a question.
Okay.
So, Bardic Inspiration. As a bonus action, a creature in 60 feet that can hear me gets an inspiration die.
Mhm.
It doesn't say that I have to say anything. They just have to be able to hear me. Can I Bardic Inspiration bat squeaky noises?
I mean, technically, I can understand you even if you're making bad squeaky
That's a good point.
noises.
Also, to which tune do the bat squeaky noises come then? You have to give us something.
Pick something really spicy.
Wow.
All that's in my head though is like the Wellerman song now because you were like sea shanty, and I listened to that
Yes.
like 700 times last year.
Spotify Wrapped, who is this? But yeah, fair. You hear a sea shanty in Bat's voice, or Bat's squeak. But yes, so now you have an inspiration die, which I think is a D8 at your level, I reckon.
Yeah.
Okay.
It goes squeak, 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 squeak.
That's a
squeak,
1.
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
On that, so I have 15. I am asking again if I can use persuasion because I'm not trying to intimidate them.
I think
I said that we would kill them because it's the truth, and I just want them to know that that's their other option. I'm not trying to scare them. I'm just like, genuinely, you can be chill with us or you will die, and that's it.
sure.
Okay, cool, because that's plus 8, which is 15 plus whatever 15 plus 8 is.
23.
23, yeah. They look to you and they're just like, then I guess we won't take your voice today. But I
Or
don't quite like
any
your
other day.
attitude.
You don't really need to. Sometimes friends disagree.
Where have you come from, strange creature?
I've been to lots of places. Which one do you want to know about?
The one you were at last.
Well, I don't know if you know much about the Void, but I was there. It's very cold, but in a nice way. Not like this. Well, not that this isn't nice. I'm sure it's very nice, but it's different.
I am not familiar with the Void myself. Don't even believe that that should be a place.
It is.
Now then, it is what to do with you. There are 6 of us and 1 of you.
Yes, there is
That's
only
dead.
one of me.
The kind of, like, as you kind of look around yourselves, like, the wind and such is, like, picking up around you, and it's kind of making it all into this one strange shape in that 30 feet around you. The deadpan just look after is great.
What would you think if there was more than one of me, but we still would like to be friends?
I only see one of you unless you have something hiding from us.
Oh, I have lots of things hiding, but also friends. Other friends, not you. You're not hiding from yourself.
I am not hiding. You're hiding then. Your friends are also hiding? I don't think I like your friends.
You haven't met them yet. They're quite nice. I like them. And they're my friends and you're my friend, so I think my friends should get along.
Then show me your friends and I'll decide if I like them.
That's not how that works.
Friendship should be built on trust.
I
can tell you haven't had a lot of friends, but don't worry, we'll change that.
Perhaps we should scuffle then. Best of 3.
I'm going to wear your feathers in my hat.
I'm going to wear your hat then.
No, you won't touch my hat.
But you just had this kind of moment together, and the harpy will reach out towards you and attempt to kind of like launch on you as best as it can. But instead it's just kind of going into some kind of strange shape that is around it. And just for the hell of it, I will just see it doesn't really do much. But the harpy will reach towards you and attempt to kind of grab whatever it can. And instead it just kind of grabs like a small tuft of feathers on, don't know who took who, but whoever has friend.
Temi, I think?
Yeah.
Temi, possibly? Takes a few small feathers from your back. And it will just screech, and then the others around will kind of screech in uniform, and then it will say, "Feathered. I did not expect you to be feathered."
You're stupid. That's what you are. That's why you didn't think of it.
Then, with that final reach, let us roll for initiative.
Damn.
I tried.
Hey, they entertained you for a hot minute.
I got a 2 on initiative.
No.
I got 18. Oh, sorry, I'll stop. I'll let you ask.
Thank you. I am silly. 25 to 20?
23.
23.
She's Dexy.
22. Sorry, I was typing.
Oh, good. Oh, good. What's next? 15 to 20.
17.
I got 18. All right. 10 to 15.
10.
And then friend. I didn't roll for fucking... Bulla goes in between Temi and Edinburgh because I forgot to roll for her. But yes, you find 6 harpies around you. Eludere, it is your turn. You see the one in front of you, and then the others are kind of circled around you at this point.
I think she's gonna then go crossbow attacks on the one that attacked friend / Temi first.
Sure.
Hey, rolled a 15 and a 19. I'm going to assume they both hit because I think it's +9.
Yeah, you will
I
be
have the
absolutely
crossbow,
fine.
but- Yes, and then so that is 10 damage for one, 6 for the other piercing.
Yep, sure. You see that the 2 crossbows kind of connect. One hits it directly in the shoulder, like kind of where the wing connects. And the other hits it straight in the side. It screeches for a moment, kind of breaking that lullaby kind of around them currently for a moment before it reels back and looks towards you again. Was there anything else you wanted to do?
No, I feel like moving's probably not the best call right now.
Moving would
she
mean you
doesn't
jump
have a
off.
phone, Yeah. So probably not the best. Yeah, she doesn't really have any bonus actions, unfortunately, because it was... And not that she can punch anyway. It's not close enough, but yeah, that's her.
Sure. G, it is now your turn. What would you like to do?
Absolutely nothing. I'm a bat, and I can't not be a bat, or I'm gonna overweigh one of the eagles. You
don't want to attack? Peck?
I have 1 hit point!
Ooh,
I'm
maybe
a
not then.
nothing creature!
maybe no
if
peck.
anybody gets like too close to Eludere, like if they reach out to like slash at her, I will bite them. But they have to literally get in like right in her face, and I'm sitting on her shoulder, so if they get too close, I will fly up in front of her face and I will attempt to bite their face. But other than that,
Not
nothing.
moving. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking it up, and I cannot I can't cast spells while I am a bat, but I can't not be a bat, or we will fall.
Fair enough. I'm just gonna roll. So first we'll attack Attenborough, second we'll attack Friend. Provided they do actually hit, obviously. Third we'll attack Eludere. Fourth we'll attack Eludere. Another for Addy. Another for Friend. 2 Friend, 2 for Addy, 2 for Eludere. Easy! Alright. How did I roll so many of the same numbers? So first, I'll just roll all of these and tell you which ones hit. Which is going to be not a lot of them. So the only... I have 2 against Addy for a... Not fucking much. It's 21 to hit.
Yep.
And then the second is a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 hits to you then. And then for Friend, I have a natural 20, which makes it 23, which I think does hit.
You think?
I was just double checking. Just in case you're just like fucking reaction, like
I don't know, how much
punch your
armor do I
face
get
in.
from my big woolen blanket?
You get enough that you are nice and toasty warm.
So it
So
doesn't hit.
shit all.
So first against Attenborough, that is 6 slashing damage.
Mhm.
Second attack against Attenborough is 7 slashing damage. And against Friend, that's 2 4s, for real.
The curse of 4.
17 slashing damage against you with its claws. But that is the Harpy's turn. It is now Temi's turn. What would you like to do?
If I attack, is that going to put anyone that I'm carrying at a disadvantage? could I
You're
drop
not carrying
them?
anyone in your claws and
No, just a whatnot.
So I think you'll be okay.
All right. Then I'm going to try and use my talons to swipe at a harpy that's closest to me.
All right, perfect.
Actually, I can make 2 attacks with my bloody beak and then my talons, so I'll bloody do them
Nice.
all.
Watch Temi take them all down.
No. So does a 2 hit?
It can't possibly be a 2. Like even with your 2 hit.
Wouldn't it be?
Sorry,
it's
a 5.
Oh, okay.
Does a 5 hit?
No, a 5 doesn't hit. I'm sorry.
All right. I'll go by beak now. Oh, much better. 20, a dirty 20.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that definitely hits.
Alrighty. 9 piercing.
Oh. Sick. And then, so that was 2 with your talons and 1 with your beak?
I think you can do one talon, one beak.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's like the talons together, and then
Right.
it's
With you. Okay, perfect.
that's how
Excellent.
I've written it down anyway. So
Good
bully
to
me if that's
know.
wrong anyway.
That's fine. Would you be attacking the same one that Eludere did?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Then you see that the one that Eludere attacked is looking quite bad, especially considering that the second attack did land towards it. Was there anything else you wanted to do with your turn?
I want to. Well, I'm already quite close to them if I've hit them with my beak. Just get close enough to them so that anyone who I'm carrying, which is Terra and Friend, can like hit them if they need to.
Okay, sure. Yeah, like position yourself to be in melee, like they
Yeah.
will be in melee with them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's fair. So you have Friend and Terra on your back, is that right?
Yeah.
I will grab her character sheet out. Hang on.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. I was like, I won't have her be here, but it really doesn't help because it will be at your disadvantage, which isn't fair. But let's say Terra hit good. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll
Not
some
a
dice.
4.
That's a fucking Jesus. I rolled really well for her. I rolled a natural 18 and a natural 16, which for sure hit an armor class of 11. So we are fine there. Let me just double check. I just need to... You know what? I'm crying because I can't find end messages. End messages. Why have I decided that Terra's attacking right now? Oh, because it's Bulla's turn. Alright, I see.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Am I drunk?
You're
Hang on
all
here.
good.
Sorry, I don't have access to it. With 2 hits though, just for ease of convenience, manages to dispatch one of the other ones. It had like fucking 6 HP left. And an attack against the second one, which she uses the Warful Blade.
Damn. Decapitated.
It wasn't
Oh.
a natural 20. That would have been cool though.
Oh.
Okay, 1d8. Alright, cool, I can do that. 9 damage against the second one there. So yeah, very easily manages to strike at the second one as well. Next up we have Bulla's turn. She will use 3 attacks. 1 natural 20, 1 13, 1 12.
Damn, Bulla.
And
Ooh, she gets
Damn,
smooches
Bulla.
later.
2,
Damn.
7, 3, so 10, 11, 12, plus 12, 24, plus 15. 2 hits, managed to dispatch another one, and then a second is half done as well. So that leaves you with 4 harpies in total. 2 of them looking pretty bad. Attenborough, it is now your turn.
Alright, bird attack. Where is that page I clicked away? Hang on.
God, it's a mood, isn't it? You think you have something up and it's like, you click somewhere and you're like, oh, where am I?
And I only have one screen. Bear with me. And oh. So Bulla managed to take a second one down, right?
Yes, so there's 4 left and 2 are looking bad.
Oh. Okay. I thought. Oh. Did Terra not kill one of them off beforehand?
There's
So
3
was
left.
there 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So there
there's
should
3
be
left
3
and
left.
there's 2 looking bad still.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Terra did get rid of one.
Okay.
I've kind of fused Terra and Bulla together in my brain, so that was my bad. But yes.
It's okay.
Same,
That
but
was my
same.
fault for taking her.
No, it's absolutely fine. I should have just done it from the beginning.
Okay. Right. I'm gonna do the beak and talon attack on whatever that's super dying.
Sure.
Is that close to me-ish or what? Doesn't matter.
So one of the ones that looks bad is near you.
Sick. It will die.
It will die.
It will die. All right, all right, all right. Okay, so that is a 21.
21
and,
absolutely hits.
And a 12.
12 does hit.
Oh shit!
They only have an armor class of 11, so.
Damn, son. All right, well shit. All right, cool. First hit will be a 6 piercing damage.
6 piercing damage definitely does
Yes.
take a bit of a hit to it. And the second one?
And the second one is 8 slashing damage.
8 slashing damage. That is enough to remove the fourth one there, so that leaves you with 2 harpies remaining, but this one will just screech as it falls into the ground. You see it lands in a small pile of snow that just disperses around it.
Okay, cool. That will be all for me, I think.
Sure. Friend, it is your turn.
I would like to Eldritch Blast, and I have 3 of them.
Sure. You can target one of the ones that is partly injured, or you can target the one that hasn't been hit yet. Or you can just spread it out amongst them. Either one.
Oh, yeah, just the 3 that are closest I'll hit, I guess. So that is 13 and 11 and 9.
9 unfortunately doesn't hit, but the first 2 do.
I have to add my bonus.
You have like a ridiculous bonus now, isn't it?
+7.
So that's
The cats are on the
yeah, I
counter.
heard that. Was that +7 to hit?
Yes.
Oh, then all of those hit.
Sick. And they're all D10 plus my charisma. So, oh my god, there's a 10, a 10, and a 7. And
Holy shit.
they're 4 plus 4.
So
2 14s and an 11?
the first one manages to very successfully absolutely carve through the remaining of what was left of the harpy before you, leaving you with 1 left. And so the last 2 hits will take a fair decent chunk out of its health.
Nice. That's the best I've ever rolled for Eldritch Blast.
It's very good. Considering it's plus your charisma modifier as well. All right. Was there anything else you wanted to do with your turn?
No.
Okie dokie. Eludere, it is now your turn.
She is going to aim and fire 2 bolts at the one that doesn't look so good that friend just hit. 20, dirty 20.
Nice.
I don't know why I use this dice at night. And 21 for the other one, and then d6s plus 11 points of damage on the first one, and 8 on the second.
All right, you managed to take down the last one. Anything special you want to do for that?
Probably. I just want to, like, as it just gets nailed by the Eldritch Blast from Friend and, like, kind of gets knocked off balance, like, hit it in a way that it just really cartwheels, like, down to the ground, just trying to hit it at the exact right moment that it gets hit with the Eldritch Blast, that it just, like, maximum velocity spin towards the ground.
I love that for you. Don't love that for the harpy though, as it just absolutely plummets towards the ground, and you are now out of initiative. Looking around you as well, you see that the harpies that were by the entrance seem to look at you with abject horror. This kind of amorphous space in the sky just took down 6 of its friends, so they're just looking at you and they're like, I don't know whether to run or what. But you do look ahead to see the 3 and the rock standing beside. And it's at this point that you're able to finally get a true look at the rock before you. You see its long limbs and wings beside it. You see the face that's currently drawn into a napping pose, like eyes closed, that kind of thing. And it is literally just a human face directly at the front of a rock's body. A rock being a giant bird-like creature that stands gargantuan, in fact, before you in the distance. You see the harpies kind of moving around, chattering beside it. They're kind of like trying to wake up the rock beside, having seen the scuffle from there. And the rock slowly begins to wake up. What do you do?
Cry a little bit.
Round 2
Pretend
of
to sleep.
becoming friends.
Yeah, I think that if we want to attack this thing, we should just go and do it, honestly. Before it wakes up, if we can get onto it, maybe.
Yeah. Dive bomb.
Dive bomb.
All right, so is that the plan? You're looking to proceed at it as fast as you can?
Oh my god.
All right.
Maximum velocity.
Roll me athletics checks for me, just to tell me how fast you guys go. That's as your giant eagle form.
Oh.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Cool.
Natural 20.
Nice!
Druids do it.
All right, so you look towards, you see these harpies is furiously trying to wake this creature up. And it looks towards you, they look towards you, and this rock is just slowly trying to wake itself up. And like bullets in the sky, you both just approach, still under the guise of the Pass Without a Trace. A few of the harpies just screech in abject terror. They look up at you, they point, and they look like they're ready to run. As this space, this shape of you all just approaches from the distance and just approaches directly towards it. How will you dispatch? Are you literally just looking to dive bomb and have everyone stay on top, or are you looking to get closer to the ground? What's the plan here?
I think Eludere would probably, once it's in like a distance she can clear and land, like she knows that she can kind of steady herself as she's landing and not take damage, she'd probably just jump off like with her sword out and into the rock.
Yes, that's fair. That's fair.
It's about drive. It's about power.
It's about power. We stay humble. We devour. Where's my fucking sword, you human-faced freak?
And as you look ahead, and as you do this, then the druids, you're looking to just literally dive bomb at it?
Mm.
Okay. Sure.
I think it's too late to become friends now.
You could say that. But as you look to this creature that's slowly beginning to rise, still looking incredibly groggy, you both approach as fast as you can. Eludere jumps from the side. Seeing Eludere do this, and Bulla will go to follow as well, jumping as well. Once you're getting a little bit closer to the ground, of course, not just like from up in the air, just like, I have a death mission. Probably much closer than what Eludere does. And you approach, and this creature slowly rises, and you get to within a few meters of it, with each of you still on its back. And you see it looks to you all. And it just looks sad.
Don't do that to us!
But then... it moves with its large wings, and it goes to swipe towards you. And we begin initiative. Also...
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Don't
Don't make it nice now that we've chosen to fight them.
But yeah, initiative again. We probably won't finish up this combat, but I just want to get a few rounds in just to give you guys an idea of where we're at. I mean, unless you guys do a ridiculous amount of fucking damage, then I guess we'll be done.
Let's go, gamers.
But
Let's go 40 HP, go.
Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, because if we get knocked down, we'll be back in our regular bodies. I'm not gonna keep saying my plan with Burrows listening to the chat.
So did you say reroll initiative, sorry, or continue?
yes,
initiative?
reroll initiative. You have left initiative and now are re-entering it. Oh, what? It's so big. How is that its stat?
That sounds like a positive oh no to me, personally, as a player.
I mean, I guess. I will explain in a moment. Alright, 25 to 20?
21.
21, okay. Yeah?
Oh.
So may as well kept just saying wrong. Yes,
It's slightly lower.
you right?
Oh, sorry. I just rolled.
Oh, okay, cool, all good. 20 to 15?
16.
15. Terra goes on top. E.
On top of G.
On her G?
Yeah.
Damn.
This Druids thing alike.
Not in the middle of a battle.
15 to 10?
13.
All over again.
No one else? Okay. I feel like we're going to battle it out for the 8th spot. 10 to 5?
I got 10.
10, okay. So, Bulla, Harpies, and the Rock all got 8. So, Bulla technically goes first, higher dex, but they both have the same dex, so the enemies all go together. So I guess that works out in my favor, but pretty funny. And I'm guessing, Temi, you're next?
I rolled a nat 1, so I have 2.
Oh.
Rip.
Oh.
Okay. Sure. Certainly. Alright, so as you approach, Eludere, it is now your turn. I need you to first roll an acrobatics check just for the landing. I know you have slow fall, but let's see how much of a good start you have once you land.
That was pretty good.
I will even give you
17.
advantage for that if you'd like.
Oh, gone.
Go on.
Go on.
Oh, it is better. It's a 19. So that is 28.
Yeah, you find yourself landing in a running start, and you feel yourself have a bit of a head start as you look up towards the creature. You're maybe 20 feet from it currently.
Was she not jumping onto it?
Oh, yeah, then absolutely. If she would land on it, then. Sorry.
Yeah.
Bulla has landed before it, but you've landed on it. So you're able to land, were you looking to aim on a wing? Neck?
Like behind the head, right at the base of the skull.
Nice, nice.
The
You
true human skull for what this creature is.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
And then she is going to hit it, hopefully. Stab it. She's going to do 2 slashies. Why do I keep using this dice? 18 for the first one.
18 for the first one. Let me double check. Yes, that does manage to hit.
Okay, and then 19 was the second, and
They
then
both hit,
I don't know, I'm so bad at math. 9 first, and key point and try and stunning strike.
Okay, sure. That's Constitution saving throw?
It is.
Oh, that's a good saving throw. 21?
Yeah, that saves. And then the second one is 10 damage. I can math. And she's gonna another try and stunning strike.
Sure. Oh, that's even better. 26.
Yeah, this is gonna be a hard task, but I don't want this thing to fly if I can avoid it. And then she's going to flurry of blows and hit it. No, she's not gonna flurry of blows. She's just gonna bonus action punch it.
Sure.
That's a natural 20.
Nice.
So 13 plus 3 plus 5, the 21.
21, yep. 21 damage?
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh,
Phone keeps turning off. It's very rude.
and we'll try another key point.
Sure.
Stunning strike. And she's burning through him, but
Oof. That's a 22.
yeah, that saves.
This is the creature with the biggest con saving throw I've seen in a long
I
time.
knew that it would have it, but it's her thing. She has to try.
Alright, certainly. Okay. Terra's turn is up. Hey. Terra is currently on the back of Temi. So I'm gonna take a hot guess that she's probably just gonna stay there and wait to attack once you've gotten closer. So I'll say that she holds her action to do that. And I don't believe that she does any bonus actions. So that's all good. So she'll stay her turn until you get closer to be able to attack. G, it is now your turn.
If Eludere has landed and I was on Eludere, I will jump off and turn back into G.
Sure.
And would I be able to add sneak attack to a stab because it didn't know that I existed? I am on its back and it has never seen me.
Look,
I was a bat.
you're gonna stab it, and your daggers don't do much. So, like, I'm fine with that.
Well,
Also, if you're doing it from behind, like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm going to stab it for an 18 plus 6.
But wait, did you jump off?
So I was on Eludere's shoulder.
Uh-huh.
I'm now no longer on Eludere's shoulder.
Oh,
and
because
I am
Eludere,
G, and I'm
right?
behind
Eludere,
Eludere
yep.
on the bird.
I thought you were on the bird, but then I was like, wait, hang on, that doesn't make sense. Okay, cool. All good.
Yeah. Would it actually? Why does it say that my daggers can only be thrown? Oh no, it says melee
no, I
or
think 'cause
20
you
to 60
can.
feet. I'm
Yeah.
just misreading.
Because my hand axes do the same thing.
Yeah. I was just like, wait, I can only throw them, but I can hold them in my hand. Why do I have to throw them if I'm standing here?
No, they're blunt. That's really how that works.
Far out. They get sharpened
that-
when they're thrown.
Yeah. The wind sharpens them as it travels through.
Okay, that is a 6 on my D8. And it is 3d6 of sneak attack, which is, 2 6s and a 4.
What's that in total?
Just a second. I just, in my calculator, said 124. I forgot to put in the plus. That is 22.
22? Is that just sneak attack? I missed the first part. Because I'm silly.
No. That is all of it.
Okay.
But is there anything I can add? I feel like there's something I can add at this point, but I can't remember what it is. Oh, and while it can't see me, I'm going to use a bonus action to put it under my roguish archetype shroud. So I know where it is at all times and how it is feeling within the next hour.
Sure.
Is it actually sad? I would like to add.
It's exhilarated. It's not sad in the way that you want it to be sad.
Right.
But it's kind of happy. in a way. I don't really know how to explain this feeling. What is
Act
this
it.
feeling? I don't know. So yeah, you know its location, you know how it's feeling. It is feeling very bittersweet right now. Was there anything else?
No.
Okay, Attenborough, it's now your turn.
Yeah. Okay, I'm still above. I think. Yes. Okay. I guess I'll do some attacking on the. Wait. What are there? Like the big thing? The harpies?
I'm muted. What are they?
No. You said there were multiple enemies, right? So there were the harpies, the big bird looking big bird.
Yeah, so there are 3 harpies, and there are 1 rock in front of you.
Okay, 3 harpies. Gotcha. Okay, excellent. I guess I'll attack the. Let's see. Sorry, I'm thinking.
Absolutely fine. I'm just going to fix cameras while we're sitting here, because everyone's in the wrong places.
I'm G again.
But Cat has just stepped out, so it's all G. Well, it's not all G.
It is all G.
It's all.
Every time you say it's all G, all I can think of is like oops, all opals.
Yeah, literally.
Okay. While you're sorting this out, I am thinking.
I think I did it. There we go. Done.
Well done.
I had to think about it really hard. Actually, genuinely.
Okay. I'm just thinking, is it worth it to go for the harpies now? Or just focus our energy on that rock?
It is up to you. Make your move.
Make
I
your
feel
move.
like it might be good to try and hit the rock because
Yeah.
then we can, if you die in wild shape, then you've got an opportunity to attack the harpies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, let's go with the attack rock. Roku. All right. Here we go.
Druidic to each other again.
Yeah. Ikimashou, Tomodachi. All right. Okay, 1 beak and 1 talon. Give me a second. Okay, so first hit is 12.
Yeah, 12 against the rock, is that right?
Yeah.
That does not hit.
Okay, second one is 22.
22 definitely hits.
Okay, excellent. That is a 7 slashing damage.
7 slashing damage, sure.
Yeah. And yeah, I think that's it for me.
All right,
Yes,
perfect.
yeah.
I will also just point out we have done successfully 69 points of damage. Just thought that I'd point that out there.
nice.
So that is good to know.
Hell yeah.
I'm not too sure exactly what Friend would have wanted to do, but I don't have a character sheet, so unfortunately I can't make them do things. But
Just a whole heap of Eldritch Pew Pew.
Yeah, I
Eldritch
think
Pew
so
Pew.
too.
We love an Eldritch Pew Pew. I think Friend has 20 charisma.
Yes.
I reckon.
Eh? Oh, why am I saying
Yeah.
yes?
2, 3. So that's +7, 17, 13. So 1 hits. And this is a 9. So 9 + 5 is 14.
14.
So they do 14 damage with their Eldritch Blast. It is now Bulla's turn, who has taken leave to jump off as well. We'll roll an acrobatics check, and that's a solid 19. So that works well. And will approach and will attack 3 times with her great axe on her back. Okay. None of those rolls were lower than a 15, so that's wonderful. Let me just roll this. 2, 3. Hate that for me. Love that for me. So 6, 11, and a 17. That's added together. 6 + 11
34?
plus 17. Yeah, I'm just putting that straight in my calculator. But does do a decent amount of damage against the creature, just slicing it by the neck and kind of managing to catch it in points across there as well. And then it is the rock's turn. So first up with the rock, feeling like it is very much under attack, it will give this screech. And it is this discordant screech that sounds around you as it attempts to try and move up and fly. It will try to shake off whatever it has on it, though not in a way that actually requires any saves currently, and will attempt to move. That will require a attack of opportunity from Bulla. Holy shit. We haven't done Temi's turn yet, which means that Terry's not there. Shit. Bulla does hit. Which is solid 9 damage. Okay. And the creature will launch itself into the sky. It has 120 feet of movement and will essentially launch itself directly up. And it will head as high as it possibly can until the end of its turn, shaking in the air, trying to throw you off. I need G and Eludere both to make dexterity saving throws.
The best people to do this.
Yeah.
Literally what monks are here for.
Okay. I should be fine. I think I'm fine. I got an 18. I feel like this is probably quite difficult, but I got an 18.
I got 23.
Let me do a
24.
strength check so that's properly contested. Fuck, are you for real? That's not a good fuck. Oh, actually, maybe it is.
Is it not a good fuck for you, or is it not a good fuck for us? Because it could go like either way. It doesn't have to be a good fuck for everyone.
It has a very good
Should
strength
be.
check. So that's 19. So, what did Eludere?
24.
24 is enough to manage to maintain your footing, but for G, you do fall.
Oh no.
The one character who can fucking fly. So I don't
Yeah. I'm not gonna fall very far.
but it does manage to launch you off of its shoulder as it kind of moves around. But being that you are off of its shoulder, it will reach around and it will go to attack you. First will be, so it's 2 attacks, beak and talons, same thing as you guys, I guess.
We're all birds here.
God damn it, a
20
giant eagle.
Join our flock.
22 for the first one. And a 15 for the second one.
Who is this on? Elodie or G?
G. This is on G.
15 will not hit, but the other one definitely does.
Okay. I need more dice.
I hate you so much. That's the worst, just the worst sentence. I need more dice. Blech.
So that is 26 plus what? I shouldn't have told you what the plus is.
Oh my god. He dead.
35 piercing damage towards you as it reaches out with its beak and it connects with your side and latches onto the side of you.
Can uncanny dodge? Can you do it?
Yeah, I can obviously see this thing that is the size of an airplane.
Nice.
I'm going to use uncanny dodge to half that.
Sure.
So given that that's 17.5, is it 17?
Yeah,
or
it's
is it
17.
18?
It's 17. It goes in your favor. So
Okay. Wonderful. I mean, not wonderful, but you know.
at least you didn't fall.
This doesn't have anything to do with this right now. It says that I have. Did I do this? It says I have 10 temporary HP. Is that something I did last session and I've forgotten about?
Maybe you healed, but you didn't add it as regular HP. Added it as temp accidentally. Because you did get.
No.
You did. No, you didn't take any damage from something.
No.
I can't remember. But if it's on your sheet, it's there for a reason.
Yeah. I'm more wondering if I did something to like everybody. To give everybody money. Like
I
extra
think
HP.
it was a few people.
Yeah.
I feel like it was Terra and you, but I don't remember why.
Can't remember for the life of me either. But again, it would have been there for a reason.
Okay.
So you just take that off.
I was
first
just thinking like maybe it had a time limit on it because I have no idea why it's there.
I will say for this purpose that it is there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm not
That's good.
sure what it would have been, but something. Could have been aid if Terra had cast aid. Actually, that does give temporary hit points as well. I just can't remember for sure if Terra did do that, but it doesn't matter. I'm allowing you to have it.
Down, right? We had G knocked down, unconscious in a fight with Toddlington and the fake. Was that
Yeah.
then? And that's when maybe the
potentially.
points were added. I feel like that might have been when they were added.
Yeah, but surely you would have seen that. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure.
have no
I'm
idea.
allowing you to have it right now,
Okay, thank you.
babe.
but no more temporary hit points. You are not allowed any more
They
temporary
are
hit points.
gone. They are gone.
That very well could be though. I remember that being the last time that Terra cast aid. It's lasted for a full 2 days. It's a very good aid.
It's been 2 days. It has.
Well, like this is the second day, you know.
Yeah.
Well, no, this is the third day.
Time.
So you've taken your damage, yeah?
Mhm.
Okay, cool, excellent. 3 harpies left. So the ones who are remaining on the ground, it will go to attack the 2 birds that are flying towards. So 2 will attack Attenborough, and 1 will attempt to attack Temi. So they make 2 attacks. And 1 is a natural 1. Love that for me. And the other is not much. 14. I don't think that hits you, Edinburgh.
I think it does.
Oh,
It
okay.
does.
1 does
I'm
hit.
not gonna say it.
D4 damage. 4 bludgeoning damage towards you with the first one.
Mhm.
And then the second harpy will attack, and the highest they get is a 10. I think you're alright. Alright, so then the third one will attack Temi, which is much better. That is an 18 for one of them, but a 6 for the other.
Well, one of them got me.
3 bludgeoning damage towards you. Alright, so then it moves on to Temi, which will be the last round for tonight.
I'm going to attack the harpy that is trying to hit me. Or did hit me.
Yeah, of course.
Seeing as the rock's in the air now, so the way that I was coming in, he's gone. So
yeah.
Okay, I am going to multi-attack. I'm going to do my beak attack first.
Yep.
That is a 23.
That absolutely hits.
Hit.
Yeah.
Slap the shit out of him.
6 piercing.
6 piercing? Alright, perfect. The creature just kind of will just reel back as you do that.
And with my talons, oh man, it's only an 8.
Heck.
Does not hit.
Oh, yeah, unfortunately not, sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, absolutely. You can do that towards it. And rather than continuing this, just in case anything does go terribly wrong, I've written myself a little note how we've ended combat there. And I think that's where we'll leave it for tonight. But this is the last session for the year. So that is where we leave it. A cliffhanger. But this time it wasn't my cliffhanger.
We're doing the to be continued like JoJo Bizarre event.
Yeah, pretty much. We'll just have the music playing. We got it sorted. But yes, with the party currently split, it will be very interesting to see how we lead in the new year with what happens there. We pretty much have 2 different fights going on right now, so there's that. All right. So I'm BurrowsRed. I'm the Dungeon Master for tonight. Tonight we did not have our ever wonderful Terra, played by Friendoboi. But they don't really do anything on the internet, but they are our lore masters, so they do keep track of lore and do all the good things, so that is also wonderful. You can see a lot of their work on World Anvil, which is the place where the homebrew world is for this campaign. So keep eyes out for that for sure. Next up we have G, played by Mel.
I would just like to say that we did not intend to split the party. This is a terrible mistake. We have like what, 4 out of 6. Well, no, because we have an NPC with us. We have like too many of the party like being like, haha, harpies. We can get those in like 1 or 2 shots, and we're just flying up here with the fucking rock. Like, ooh, I hate it. I hate it so much.
We'll fly back up, don't you worry. Maybe, who knows, I might die.
We got boobs.
Oh.
Anyway, I am Maleficent. I am a streamer and a cosplayer. You can find me on the internet doing stuff. Some of it's good, a lot of it's bad. This coming Monday, Burrows and I are going to make creepy gingerbread houses. That will be good. Well, mine's going to be creepy. I don't know if they're going to do like a traditional Christmas gingerbread house, but mine's going to be spooky because I don't like Christmas.
If I had the opportunity to do spooky, I will do spooky.
Good.
All right.
There will be the opportunity.
Perfect.
That's all. Find me absolutely everywhere doing terrible, terrible things.
And I am Chips playing the Giant Eagle number 2, aka Edinburgh. It was super crazy today. A lot of combat, and I was thinking that I will be well prepared. No. Surprise, surprise. There will be a lot of numbers crunching and much to think about for next round because JoJo Bizarre Adventure way of ending. Anyways, it's been fun. And season's greetings and happy next week.
Happy next week.
Yes.
So next up, we would ordinarily have Friend, played by CatRoulette. CatRoulette is responsible for the art of this channel and also making the overlays as well. So please go appreciate them on Twitter. They've just posted some especially horny art. I require each and every one of you that have viewed this to now go and retweet that. It is a requirement to be in this channel. I'm sorry. Well, no, I'm not sorry. I don't apologize. We never apologize. Sorry, I'm being dickhead. But yes, I do appreciate their art. It is wonderful. But next up we have Temi, played by PastelSparkles.
Hi, I'm Pastel, and I am not good at reading my spells. I have had an absolute blast playing with this group for the last 16 sessions. Oh, I just feel very privileged to be playing D&D with my buds. I do the streaming 3 days a week, but because I'm moving, no streams at the moment. But I will be streaming a special stream on Christmas Day, which I keep forgetting I'm doing. So for anyone that doesn't have anywhere to be and anyone to spend the holiday with, I will be live so you can hang out with me. I'm your family now. Okay, bye.
And I'm Alishiera. I played Eludere, who's the player of Shadow's Bunk, who is on the back of an eagle rock and
Eagle rock.
very high up. Yeah, it's a rock. It's not an eagle. I wasn't an eagle, and now I'm not on an eagle. I'm on a rock with a human face. Yes, splendid time as always. I am not doing a lot on the internet at the moment, but I have opened an Etsy store, which I am properly launching this week, and I have some fun TTRPG inspired stuff on there, including things like little mushroom log earrings, snake ear. There's just stuff and things, and it's happening, and that is me.
All right, perfect. And I'm BurrowsRed. I exist on the internet and I'm doing lots of things. Keep an eye out on my Twitter tomorrow because I am launching some new stuff. Because I'm going to have a monthly shop update. Of course, I decided that in the last month of the year, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Anyway. So we will have a sus, see who we can go say hello to. If you've joined tonight and you liked our general chats and general tomfoolery, I do encourage you to check out the Discord where we chat regularly. You can chat in there about any spoilers or anything that you want to discuss about the campaign, or just post memes, honestly. That's half of what the channel is at most points. And it's the best way to keep up with our schedule and everything that we do and everything that we get up to. So as I mentioned earlier, this is the last session for the year 2021. But we may have something very exciting for you for next Tuesday. We just need to finalize a few things, but then we will be announcing it. You'll find those announcements in Discord, but also on Twitter. So go navigate your way there too, and just keep in mind that we're wonderful and such, because we are, as a collective. Yeah. I am losing my mind a little because it's getting a little bit later. But let's go say hello to someone new. We are going to go say hello to someone who is doing some fantasy cocktail making. So that seems like fun. I think that's fun to go see. And I think we'll have a great time. Otherwise, if you have any other additional things that you'd like to add, just tell us about it in Discord. Discord is honestly the best place to catch each and every one of us. But otherwise, we wish you a safe and happy holidays and a wonderful new year if we don't see you next week. All right, we will return bright and fresh for 2022. All right, let's go say hello to Winter's Tales. I appreciate your faces. Thank you so much for being here, and we will possibly see you next Tuesday. Bye.